Yo, yo, what up, y'all? We
Yo,
live?
yo,
We on? We
we
live?
on?
Yeah, we on, bro.
All
We
right
are
now.
on. What's up, y'all? We back again with another one, of course. We
Shout
back
out to
again.
y'all
We about to get
showing
in,
up.
showing up. All right, we're gonna let y'all come up in here a little bit more. No Diddy, but we're gonna get into this nationwide economic blackout of these corporations. We're
Get it.
gonna, get into this DEI thing, and we're gonna have to get into, what these corporations is really up to, man. And why we feel like these corporations should have been rubbed out.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
no
deep.
Diddy.
Yeah, no Diddy. It's deeper than just DEI, man. These corporations is vicious. And
Right.
I think the more people get educated, the more they can start to gravitate more towards supporting the backbone of this country. And that's people with moms and pops. We gotta get back to that, man.
Fact.
That's the backbone and the fabric of this country. Because the
Always has been.
right. Corporations don't have our best interests, and we know they don't. That's why they're able to get away with what they get away with. We're gonna get into it, y'all. Need y'all to come up in here a little bit more, no Diddy. Let's go ahead and
Make
get
sure y'all
into it,
smash
man.
that like button when y'all get in.
All right.
Definitely appreciate y'all. We got 30% off on all the CMOS products, y'all. We know y'all been buying the CMOS, high quality CMOS. We added to the shop. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we still got the CBD popping. We got the detoxes, the zeolite and the melanin splash drink,
Yep.
detox drink. So definitely appreciate all of y'all support.
All right. All right. We trying to get some. We scraping and scrambling right now.
Scraping and scrambling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We about to get into it. Just trying to get some things. Let me pull this up real quick, y'all. I'm trying to get into this. All right. Let me pull up this right here. Hold on, y'all. You gonna get into it. All right.
Scraping and scrambling for shit.
You said we scraping and scrambling for shit. Uh-huh. Oh shit. All right, let me move this banner out the way. You just say it's 30% off on all the CMOS. Yeah, get y'all some
Yep. It's
CMOS, man.
automatically applied to your order, all right? So
Yeah, get y'all some CMOS, definitely. Get that CMOS. All right, let me get this. Please hit that like button if y'all just tuning in. We're gonna go ahead and get into this, man. Let's rock and roll with this piece put out by what is this? NBC Chicago.
And now we want to tell you about a grassroots organization that's calling on people to boycott major corporations and retailers for 24 hours in what's being called an economic blackout.
NBC5's V. Wynn has more on what Chicagoans are saying about this movement locally.
Some people living and working in Chicago's Hyde Park say they're preparing for the economic blackout.
It's a big message, and we really have to take it seriously.
We do have influence on where we spend our money, and I think that it will get some attention.
We've been buying meals to make sure that we don't have to, buy anything to eat out.
Shannon Stokes and her family first heard about the nationwide boycott on social media, urging consumers not to shop or spend money at major corporations or retailers for 24 hours. That includes not getting fast food or gas or groceries in protest of everything that's been going on.
We have to make our voices heard in their pockets. There is absolutely no other choice that I would have.
A grassroots organization started the movement to showcase the buying power of consumers while protesting against major corporations like Target and Walmart for rolling back their diversity, equity, and inclusion programs.
The time for silence is over.
All right now.
And we refuse to stand by while corporate greed devours our communities.
This comes as President Trump signed executive orders pushing to end DEI programs and policies. Participants across the Chicagoland area hoping to disrupt the economy and to send a message calling for change, saying this is the least that they could do.
If this is what we have to do to send a message, then I think that's a great thing, because we have to do what we have to do to get the attention and to show our influence in the economy.
The founder of the People's Union USA is behind this economic blackout. It starts at midnight. We know 2 other boycotts are planned for early March. Reporting in Hyde Park, V1 NBC5 News.
Yeah, this I mean, shit, we know that the black dollar is the most, powerful dollar in this country, right? We know that, right? But somehow we don't stick together though. Like we know that as far as like the black dollar is more, we consume more, we basically spend more than any other cultures, but for some reason that money doesn't last long in our community. It's like what they say, it lasts like maybe 10 minutes before it's spent outside of the community, 10 to 15 minutes or something like that.
Because we into the
that's
corporate name brand.
And I think that's what it is. I think that's what hurts us the most, is because we give everything to these corporations that they don't care about us. They don't have the people best interests at heart at all. I mean, you see how they operate. Look how they operating now. Why we even talking about this?
operating
See what I'm
since
saying?
the beginning. Since the beginning of those corporations, they all been like that. They
Right. I mean, they, they lobby through these politicians to sign off these. Look, Trump just signed an executive order to ban to ban this shit or whatever. And I mean, the corporations got the money to pay off these politicians to make these decisions. You know what I mean? But I'm thinking like the people need to band together, because really it's them against the people. The people need to band together, you know what I mean, and and create other, things obsolete of what they're pushing, their agenda. Because the corporations only got one agenda: corporate greed. How can we get these people to spend more on us? If we could destroy the middle class, and the middle class in this country. We could destroy all small businesses in this country and make them depend 100% on us. That's their whole model. That's why they sent those super Walmarts and shit into certain areas. And what they do, that was like a corporate hit right there against small businesses. Moms and pop stores dried up quick as hell when they start creating these mega Walmarts and all that. Small grocery stores closed up. You know what I'm saying? It's like a hit. It was like a hit on basically the middle class in this country. Like now it's like a gap between the wealth. It's a big gap between the wealthy and the extremely poor. A big gap. You know what I'm saying? So what they doing to America is destroying the fabric of this country, period. And they have been for a very long time. For a very long time. I don't know if Isaiah might cut out. I think his mic cut out. Yo.
I'm here.
Oh, you all right. All right, let me pull this up real quick. So you get a better understanding of what's going on out here. All right, yeah, hold on real quick. Go ahead, you got the floor until I grab this what you call real quick.
Yeah, so these corporations been playing chess while we've been playing checkers the whole time anyway. This whole system was set up to basically drain us all, keep us in prison to it. You gotta think about all the man hours that society put into these corporations and how little they actually give back. They claim they give back in this this charity and that charity, but you don't really see that money anywhere. You don't really see that money to work anywhere, doing anything significant. Yeah, I mean, they begging you for money at the same time taking your money, asking you if you want to donate to this charity and that charity. Y'all got all the money, y'all got all the resources, y'all got all the food, y'all got everything. What the hell you still asking us for money for? See, we put that back in our own communities. Yeah, I mean, not even just the black community, just local moms and pop shops, period.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it ain't even just about the black community. It's about being more self-sufficient and stop depending on these corporations to even down to wiping our asses. Because that's basically what it's down to. Yeah, I mean, we gave up our security for convenience. We gave up our security for convenience. That's what happened. Now we can barely do anything. People barely know how to cook, so everybody microwaving. Yeah, I mean, most people don't even know where the food come from. They just think it comes from the grocery store. They don't know it have to be grown in a farm. The animals have to be raised, and they don't realize that that's even being taken over by the corporations to where they bringing in all this fake stuff that they've been feeding us. Fake meat. Yeah, I mean, genetically modified crops. All that stuff. We getting sick as I don't know what. And when we get sick, who do we go to? The doctor. And what do the doctor do? Prescribe you meds. Who own the meds? The same people that own all the other corporations own the meds. Same people who own your food supply, they own the meds too. Because you know what? You know who else they sell those meds to? Farming companies. And I'm talking about corporate farming companies, not family farming companies, because they give all the steroids and all the antibiotics and all that stuff to the animals too. So they making all that money. They making money off you being sick. You know what I mean? They making money off owning the food companies that make you sick. You know what I mean? They make money off selling the meds not only to the humans but to the animals too. So it's just one big. They basically R-wording us from every angle with no Vaseline. You know what I mean? They graping us with no Vaseline, man. Every angle. To the point where local businesses are struggling. Now I noticed that when it comes to government regulation, they be hardcore on local businesses. But them corporations could get away with whatever they want. They could get away with whatever they want. All them recalls and all that stuff. Nothing really happens to those corporations. You know what I mean? They still active and strong. Those regulations only affect the smaller moms and pops businesses. That's what we have to start realizing. That's what it's chess, not checkers. And they got people fighting over skin color and religion and sexuality and all that, while these corporations is dominating us. I don't care if you black, white, green, purple. These corporations is dominating us. Not only are they dominating us by controlling all of our food supply, water supply, everything else, or meds, everything else they control. At the same time, yeah, I mean, they working with the government to get us that way too. So it's the corporations and the government coming together just to basically grape the people. And they got us fighting them. We still fighting amongst each other. We still fighting about politics. We still fighting about whoever's in that office. I don't know if y'all understand, but it don't matter who's in that office. They still do the same stuff. I don't care what they say. I don't care what they say on television. I don't care what they so-called signed into order. I don't care about any of that. They still do the same things to us day in and day out, no matter who's in office, no matter what, if Democrat, Republican, I don't care who they are. Business as usual. When have it not been just business as usual? And the citizens is getting the short hand of the stick all the time. We always get the short stick. Why? And we still fight amongst each other. They audit us all the time. You know what I mean? They audit us all the time, but they could just have trillions of dollars missing. You know what I mean? We pay taxes.
Right.
They had trillions of dollars missing with no accountability, but then they come squeeze us for every penny. Not only on the federal level with the IRS and all that stuff, even on the local state level, when cops be waiting to pull you over, squeeze money out of you by giving you tickets, parking tickets. The government is there just parasites. These corporations, they're parasites. The government is parasites. The corporations are parasites. That's all they are. Ain't nothing more, nothing less. You know what I'm saying? I be seeing cops pull people. I'm like, y'all need to go over to the Pentagon and find out where y'all tax dollars and the rest of our tax dollars are. They failed 7 audits. 7 audits in 7 years. You're so busy focusing on pulling American citizens over, you need to be pulling some of them damn politicians over. Seeing where all that damn money went. How about that? Where all that money went? Because your kids' future, I'm talking to cops now. Your kids' futures and everything is tied up in that too. You paying taxes to them too. So you're going to come and pull us over for some petty stuff, but you'll let them get away with trillions. You let them get away with trillions. And that's nothing but the greedy local politicians that's looking for a handout from the federal government because the federal government squeezed the citizens, along with the state government. The state government and the federal government is all about squeezing the citizens, and the corporations is there to help. Because it's just a revolving door. Some of them politicians, they come straight from corporations and go into politics or vice versa. They leave politics and go work for a corporation. They all do the same thing. And the thing is, they've always worked for the corporation. They secretly work for the government, but they also they double agents. They work for the corporation and the government at the same time. It be their own businesses that they set all the regulations for that only benefit them, and it smash the mom and pop stores. It kills the local farmers. Like when they pass these bills and all that, it only supports the corporations who want to feed us fake meat. You know what I mean? Who want to feed us GMO pesticide up fruits and vegetables. You know what I mean? All that fake, all that chemicals and stuff they spraying over everything. That's what we paying for. We paying for that, and then we give them endless hours of our lives for products to end up in the trash at the end of the day because of a surplus. Or because they felt that something needed to be recalled. Oh, we got to recall this because it got too much of this and too much of that in it. That's their fake attempt to act like they doing something about being watchdogs of all the stuff that goes into our food and air. But they don't care about what goes into our food, air, and water. That's evident by how sick everybody is. And how all this stuff is coming out by all these damn chemicals that's in everything. That's in the food, water, air. Heavy metals, microplastic, industrialized synthetic pesticides, genetically modified organisms, and cancer viruses. All inside of the food, all inside of the water, all inside of the soil. And that's who we supporting. That's who we supporting. F just the black dollar. It's about just citizens, period, having the opportunity and not have to do it through a corporation or do a greedy ass government. That's what this is about. It's about freedom from that, because everything else is about a greedy corporate scumbags or some or some greedy parasitic politician. That's all there is at the top. And then they get law enforcement in them to carry out the orders, and they do it against the citizens. These corporations and governments are only there to govern the citizens and keep us in line like we cattle. Whenever we try to come up and do our own independent thing with our own businesses, that's the moms and pop shops. Whether you black, white, Chinese, Japanese, I don't give a hell what you are, Latino, Jamaican, I don't care where you from. You know what I mean? The individual citizen needs to start winning now. I'm getting tired of the corporations and because when the corporations and the government win, all you see is destruction. All you see is toxic in the air, toxic in your food, toxic everything. And the thing is, they don't have to eat the same shit or use the same stuff that we do, because most of them are billionaires or just have infinite money. Period. They have access to infinite money. A lot of them corporate CEOs and execs and a lot of them politicians and all them niggas, them old ass Congress and all them are billionaires. They got infinite money. They can just tap into infinite money. They fly private everywhere. They got their own family farms where they got their own food being shipped to them while they feed us chemical slop. Why the hell are we still supporting them? Why we ain't supporting auntie in the kitchen, whipping up the cocoa butter and all that stuff? Ancient recipes, herbal recipes of how to, heal this and heal that. Why we ain't going to the, you know what I mean, auntie with the platter and all? Why we ain't doing the local shit? Why we keep giving our money to these corporate scumbags that's basically mass producing a whole bunch of chemicals for us to consume at high prices? At high prices at that. They got us paying high prices for chemicals. It ain't even real shit. It ain't real food, ain't real nothing. Nothing is real, and it's all chemical laced, and we paying high prices for it. Make that make sense. How the hell we still paying high prices for a bunch of chemicals?
Right.
Chemicals we rubbing into our skin, chemicals we eating, chemicals we drinking, chemicals we inhaling. And when I say chemicals, I'm talking about synthetic, lethal, industrialized chemicals, heavy metals, shit that disrupt your hormone system, shit that stores up in your liver, your kidneys, and your heart, gives you heart attack, high blood pressure, diabetes, stroke. All that is from the chemicals from these mass-produced corporation scumbags that just want to make an extra dollar and squeeze us to the point we can't move left or right. And we still want to walk out there with the Gucci on and the motherfucker, all these goddamn names that people that don't give two craps about you. People want the best name brand stuff, and all the name brand shit is killing you, poisoning you. Because it's all mass produced and it's all jam-packed with industrialized synthetic chemicals that's harmful to any living organism. And it's been proven over and over again. Look around you. Look at all these sick motherfuckers walking around. Look at sick kids born with leukemias and born with diabetes and all this shit. Everybody high blood pressure. Everybody walking around just collapsing and dying and all. What do you think it's called? Everybody got headaches. Everybody got a damn headache. Everywhere you go, niggas complain about headaches. Headaches aren't supposed to be common. You know why you have the headaches? It's all the damn poison in everything. It's the poison in the food, poison in the water, poison in the air, poison in the clothing that you're wearing, poison in the hair products that you're using. Poison. And we wonder why niggas run around sick. Everybody running around sick. And when you go to the doctor, they never blame the poisons. They always, what do they blame it on? They blame it on you, your genetics. Oh, I see your record. Huh? Diabetes run through your family, huh? Oh, that type of cancer run through your family, huh? It's because they all being exposed to the same damn poisons generation after generation. It ain't got nothing to do with genetics. It's about what these people are being exposed to. Generation after generation after generation exposed to the same chemicals. So it's not really anything wrong with your genetics. It's just that you're being poisoned. But they like to blame your genetics. I don't know why the hell we still support these corporations. I have no clue. They do not have our best interest. All that shit, I be seeing them damn fast food joints lined up. I don't even remember last time I ate out anywhere. I don't trust the shit.
Yeah, and the fact
every time I've eaten out, man, I feel extremely sick after eating that shit.
Right.
Headaches, stomach problems.
Right.
You know what I mean? Nigga notice blood pressure start going up. So as niggas start eating that shit. I don't eat that shit. I don't eat it. I cook at home and I try to find the cleanest bit of food sources that I can. I try to buy local. I try to buy from local farmers markets and stuff like that instead of going to these damn corporations.
Right.
I don't know why people ain't catching on yet. You're sick because you're shopping at these corporations. That's why you're sick.
Right. And they sell cleaner source of food. That's crazy that these corporations sell overseas. They would sell the same product without the chemicals and stuff overseas because a lot of those things is banned in other countries. But they would sell the same product here loaded with the chemicals. I'm like, damn, why do we accept this but other countries doesn't? Like, this is crazy. Like, you would think we'd be more outraged about the chemicals and the toxins that they putting into the food more than anything, because that's what's harming us the most. Because these corporations don't care about skin color or any of that shit. They one thing is just total control and profit. They don't give a shit about the people. So and it's up to the people. So what the people allow. These other countries, these people stood up and said, no, we don't want this in our country, and they got rid of it. And it made them corporations forced to go back, reproduce a lot of that stuff, and take all the chemicals out. But in America, we loaded with it. We are loaded with it. Let's get into this video real quick.
Did you know that some of the foods you eat every day are banned in other countries? From chemicals to additives, these foods are considered too risky elsewhere. But in the US, they're still on the menu. Stick around as I count down 10 foods banned abroad but legal in America. Number 10, artificial food dyes. Banned in Norway, Austria, and the UK, these dyes make snacks look colourful. But some, like Yellow 5, Yellow 6, and Red 40, are linked to hyperactivity in kids and health risks. That's why they're restricted in parts of Europe. Meanwhile, in the US, they're everywhere. From candies to cereals. Number 9, ractopamine in pork and beef. Banned in the European Union, China, and Russia. Ever wonder what makes some pork and beef extra lean? It could be ractopamine, a drug fed to animals to boost muscle growth. The EU and China don't allow it due to health concerns, but in the US, it's business as usual. Number 8, brominated vegetable oil, or BVO. Banned in Europe and Japan, that refreshing citrus soda might contain BVO, a chemical originally used as a flame retardant. It's been linked to nerve issues, yet it's still used in some drinks in the US. You might want to check your labels. Number 7, potassium bromate in bread. Banned in Canada, the UK, and the EU, potassium bromate helps bread rise faster, but studies link it to cancer risk. While many countries banned it, the FDA still allows small amounts in American bread products. Number 6, RBDH and RBST in dairy. Banned in the European Union, Canada, and Japan, milk in the US often contains RBGH, a synthetic hormone that increases dairy production. It's banned elsewhere over potential links to cancer and other health risks. Number 5, azodicarbonamide, known as the yoga mat chemical. Banned in Europe and Australia, would you eat a yoga mat? Probably not, but azodicarbonamide, a chemical used in plastics, is also found in some breads and fast food buns. While banned in Europe, the US still allows it. Number 4, farm-raised salmon with artificial color and chemicals. Banned in Australia and New Zealand, farm-raised salmon often contains artificial coloring and chemicals linked to health issues. While banned or restricted elsewhere, it's still widely available in American supermarkets. Number 3, olestra, a fake fat in snacks. Banned in the UK and Canada, olestra, a fat substitute found in some light chips, can cause digestive issues. While banned in some countries, it's still sold in the US under brands like Olean. Number 2, BHA and BHT, preservatives in cereal and snacks. Banned in the EU and Japan, these preservatives keep cereals and chips fresh but are linked to cancer risks. While banned in some parts of the world, they're still used in the US. And finally, number 1, chlorine-washed chicken. Banned in the EU doesn't allow chicken washed in chlorine due to health concerns, but in the US it's a common practice in poultry production. Shocking, right? While these foods are banned elsewhere, they remain part of the American diet. Should the US rethink its food safety laws? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and...
Bro, this country, bro, I'm telling you, boy, if the people don't wake the hell up, man, we in for some crazy shit, man. If the people don't wake up, and this country's like always the last to catch on to some shit, man. Why?
Now I'm gonna be real with you. I think
Why?
a lot of people don't care. I think especially in our community, especially in the black community, you see how ignorant people are. Like, just go and read the comments under like black media, like the big black media outlets on social media. Just read the comments. Niggas don't care about their health. Niggas don't care about what goes on in the environment. They're like, oh, well, you know what they say? Oh, we all gotta die from something. So you're all right with suffering and then dying. You want to live a life like that? You want to live a life of suffering from preventable medical issues that's caused by these greedy corporations and government? You rather live through that and suffer and then die rather than living a healthy life, even if it's not prolonged. Even if your life ain't prolonged, you still want to be in a healthy state. Who want to walk around being poisoned and being sick all day and on a bunch of chemical medications that ain't going to do shit but make you sicker in the long run? Anyway, why do you want to live a life like that? And the thing is, it makes that type of lifestyle make you go crazy. You make crazy decisions, and then you just live like an animal. That's why a lot in our community, we are targeted with a lot of these chemicals. And let's be real, in the black community, our niggas live like animals in the United States. The black community live like animals in the United States. Let's be real. The lowest of the lowest. You find the lowest of the lowest there. All niggas care about is what a celebrity did. You know what I mean? Who's sleeping with who's screwing who, how many drugs you did yesterday, how many bodies you caught. You know what I mean? How many baby moms or baby dads you got. All that bullshit. That's all
I
people
really,
care
yeah,
about.
I think they let
They
the
don't care
reality
about their
shows do
health.
a number. They let the reality shows do a number on us too. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Like
they don't care, bro.
bought,
They don't
we
care
bought in
out here. They don't.
a
Sometimes you
lot of
just, I
shit that
guess
we
that's
buy
why I feel
into.
like sometimes you just gotta let people get rid of. They thinning the herd. It's like what these corporations, governments doing. They thinning the herd. Like people who's not intelligent enough to even make it, they ain't gonna make it. Nor nor their progeny, nor their family, their descendants. They ain't gonna make it.
They bank on
They
the
just
ignorance.
not. They basically
Yeah,
gonna self-eliminate themselves.
they bank
Just
on. They
because you're
definitely
too
bank on the
ignorant to go
ignorance.
do the research and find out why everybody in your family got diabetes and high blood pressure and heart problems. Nobody don't want to sit there and do the work and ask why. You just gonna let them sit there and play in your face and tell you that it's genetics. But get this. We say black don't crack and shit like that, but then we accept them saying that the highest of diabetes and heart problems and all is in the black community and the Latino community. But black don't crack. That goes to show you something wrong right there. The information is conflicting. And we know black don't crack when black take care of itself. But if black is always eating this bullshit out here, these chemicals, you know what I mean? Smoking the chemicals, popping the chemicals, drinking the chemicals, rubbing the chemicals into their skin. You know what I mean? All of that, black definitely cracks after that. Black definitely cracks after that.
And
But
you
the
know this,
people who
man.
don't
Like
do any of that, they live long, healthy lives. You be seeing some black men and some black women living to their 90s, to their hundreds. You know what I mean? And they were the ones that wasn't out there on that buffoonery. They lived a simple life. They wasn't into all that BS. You know what I mean? The best name brand this and name brand that, popping this and drinking that and popping the coochie and popping the pills at the
But the
same
thing
time.
about it,
All that bullshit.
even when we was like, I mean, prime example, I'm gonna pull that video up too. Even when we was a tight niche community, and they had fur coats and all that, nice suits and all that, they still didn't have the mindset of how niggas are today. And I'm gonna pull this Tulsa, Oklahoma shit up too, because we gotta get, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that was shit that they made with their own hands.
That's what I was about to get into.
It wasn't the name brand shit. It was stuff that they made with their own hands.
It wasn't outsourced. It wasn't outsourced.
Right. It wasn't outsourced. Facts.
It was not
still
outsourced.
Fancy. It was still high quality, but it wasn't outsourced. Facts.
Right. We made it ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Even down to the fabrics they produce themselves. Like we got, you know what I mean? We ain't even in that same type of mindset no more. We 100% bank on the corporations, bro. 100%. We don't have resources and none of that. We really bank on 100% of the corporations.
And then we judge each other based on how much of the corporation shit we got.
I mean,
how many Nikes you own, how many it is, how much Gucci, how much Prada, how much this, how much that, all that bullshit that from these companies that don't care two craps about you, that look at you as cattle. You buying their stuff and they just look at you as cattle. You walking around with their names on your back, your slave master name on your back, and they just looking at you as cattle. And we judging each other based off of that. Judging each other based off what brand car we got. You know what? People like that, I guess we deserve to be eliminated. To tell you the truth, we deserve it because people get destroyed. My people get destroyed for lack of knowledge. That's just how it goes. that's just how it is. Sometimes, I mean, you can still have compassion and all that, but eventually it's like, all right, well, them niggas they got to go. Let them keep eating the poisons. Let them keep fighting over, you know what I mean, or robbing each other and killing each other over some freaking Jordans or something like that. Let them keep doing it. Let them go extinct. We don't need that kind around here anyway. Let them go extinct.
Right. I wanted to get into this Mark Ruffalo. Y'all know the actor Mark Ruffalo. I didn't even know this nigga was speaking out against the corporations, you know what I mean? And you know, you get some people that come along and speak on this shit. I mean, very few come out, you know, from that world and really speak on shit. You know what I mean? Be like the niggas like Mel Gibson or Jim Caviezel, and you might have those people that step forward and might, you know, bring about, you know, or somebody like Russell Brand that used to be an actor in Hollywood that kind of speak on a lot of shit that be going on now. So I wanted to play this joint real quick.
Corporate crime and cover up in American history that nobody knew about. So you have the heroes in Marvel movies. They're heroes because you want to be them, right? But then you have the heroes in the world that are heroes because you don't want to be them. Wow. They're heroes because their journey is the one that a human being has to make, that is like the difficult choices. A lawyer that had normally been someone who would defend chemical companies was now in the place of actually defending this farmer that he knew growing up as a boy that insisted that his cows were being poisoned by DuPont. It's also the story of how some legacy corporations in America are killing us, destroying us willfully. They know they're doing that, and they're doing it simply to make a buck. It felt like a story that we keep hearing again and again, where a corporation knows that they're hurting their clients, that they're hurting the public. Their science shows them that they're hurting the public, and they hide that science, and they keep hurting the public anyway. Whether we're talking about opioids, or they're talking about climate change, or they're talking about Monsanto and glyphosate, whether we're talking about fracking and what it does to water, it's the same story over and over again. And now I think we're having a moment where we're talking about it. We know it's happening. We know it's happening. We see it all around us. We have a distrust, whether you're on one side of the aisle or the other. It's the same kind of discussion. It's this distrust of this system that is using us to just drain our pocketbooks and lead us to hospitals where we have to pay for our own health care after they poison us. That's the reality we're living in. And what the film does is it asks us to take action. It doesn't give you a savior. We are our saviors. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. There is no one person that's going to do this, and it's time for us now to do these things.
Exactly.
You're
There ain't no one person.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be no Trump. It ain't gonna be no Elon Musk. It ain't gonna be no Kamala Harris. It ain't gonna be no Barack Obama. It ain't gonna be no one person. It's gonna take everybody to do this.
It's gonna take a collective of people,
right,
with like minds that
ain't
see
even happening. That's not
see
happening.
the problem and come up with a solution. That actually see the problem, to see that these corporations don't give a shit about us, and start creating systems away from that. That's the only thing can happen, is creating systems away from that. Like these people that did this here. I always revert to this because this is like one of the pivotal moments that Black people had in history, but in this country. I'm not gonna say because ancient times we know we prospered like crazy, but I'm talking about in America. In America, when Black folks just coming out of slavery with the mindset of we got to get our own shit. We got to pull ourselves up by our own bootstraps and not depend on people to do it for us. You know what I'm saying? We got to get back to that mindset. And I know it's not going to be easy because we was born into this corporate industrialized complex. We was born into it. A lot of these people that was coming out of slavery, a lot of these corporations wasn't around, and the ones that was around wasn't into heavy mass production yet. I think World War II is what set off that mass production shit. World War I, World War II.
We can't get back into that though,
Nah,
because it got to be bigger than just Black folk, because that's how they target one group of people. You need a mixture of everybody to wake up, because this is targeting everybody: Black, white, green, purple, Republican, Democrat, Muslim, Christian, Jew. Everybody needs to start. I don't give a hell what you are. I don't care what your label is. Them chemicals are killing everybody.
Everybody, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Them chemicals that they poison the environment with, that's just not killing Black people. It's killing everybody in the environment. And it's just like, yo, when we gonna all come together and realize that these corporations that we've been working for and slaving to, and that we've been giving all our money and energy and resources to, they actually been using that and turn it into weapons to kill us. And to dumb us down and control us. Intentionally doing it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I agree with Mark Ruffalo. Some of these people are doing it for money, but there's special interest groups that's doing it for the whole sole purpose of depopulation.
Yeah.
They playing God like God gave them the divine right to basically guard over the population in that way, which he didn't.
Right.
Because a lot of us, we don't give our consent to this shit because all of us don't think like cattle. Obviously, we hosting this live stream right here talking conscious. So
And you know,
obviously we ain't part of the cattle that y'all killing off. And we telling y'all we don't want to be poisoned anymore. And we know it's not our genetics. So when we go to the doctor and they say, oh, you got high blood pressure in your family, you got diabetes in your family, that's BS. We got poison in our family from y'all corporations. That's what we got. It's poison. From the corporate and the government allowing it, the corporations doing it, and the doctors ignoring it just so they could get a payout. Your doctors turned against you, your politicians been against you, and the corporations, well, like we said, with them it's chess, not checkers. I don't know how we don't see it. Ain't about black or white. It ain't about that. It ain't about, you know what I mean, the black dollar. That's how they was able to take us down before, because Tulsa didn't have any mixed individuals in it. That's how they do it. See, they want to they cut you out of the rest of the they make you classify yourself away from the rest of civilization so they could take you out and take you out. We don't realize that's a war strategy that they do. They want us to be like, oh, it's black this, black that, and separate us from the rest of society, isolate us so they could destroy us. Because if it was a mixture, everybody in there, they would have thought twice about what they were doing. If it was white, black, Jew, everybody, they just didn't F with the corporations, and they wanted to do everything themselves and wanted to keep corporation and government out. Then the government and corporation would be mistaken because they don't know who to target. It's easy to isolate a group and then target them.
Exactly.
That's what y'all. That's a war strategy that they've been using for years, and we falling for it. We continuously falling for it.
And it wasn't like this during America adopted this separation of racism.
America adopted this black and white
adopted that because during other countries don't have the same mindset America has, as far as like separatism, as far as what sometimes it's more classism or whatever, but they don't have the same mindset as racism over here, because a lot of those cultures over there intertwine with each other. That's how they was able to survive. Now you got people that came, and that's why they was able to get these corporations up out of here, because there wasn't just a one group of people that came together to chase the corporations out of there. It was a collective of all cultures to get them out of there. Everybody realized they was being poisoned. Everybody came together in those countries and realized they was being poisoned. It was like, no, we got to get these corporations out of here.
Facts.
Even if they hated each other, it's like, all right, we come together, we can hate each other later, but let's get these damn corporations up out of here.
Right.
That was their mind, and that's the mindset of people in other countries. They don't have the same mindset that we have here.
That's because that black and white ritual of black people and white people, that's ingrained in our DNA over here in America, and we don't realize that was a ritual. That was man, I don't even want to have to get into that, but that was definitely a ritual that we still following now. That whole black and white thing don't even make sense. Nobody's black and nobody's white. Actually, majority of the melanated folks in America is from America, Native Americans, not Africans. They cousins.
Cousins. That's what it is.
So even that argument, and then people were all different shades of color from the beginning of time on this planet.
Exactly.
All of that. Listen, man, we've been played, y'all. We've been played. See, they create these rituals of division. That's why they dissected religion so much.
Right.
They dissected religion so much so they can divide the people. See, we still falling for it. Look, man, take these labels off and realize that they're attacking all of us.
And the thing about it is,
labels off.
The thing about it is, the mindset even of black folks on the early time, like during Tulsa, they didn't have that mindset of nobody could come into our community but just us. They invited everybody because they realized black folks in that during that time was a maker of a lot of things. So some people from other cultures had to go into those communities and buy from them, and it wasn't no problem. it wasn't until they, what they came with those, like you said, they came with those rituals. You know what I'm saying? And they seen these people, you know what I mean, thriving, and some people didn't like that. But it wasn't taken away from other cultures. It was actually added on. But that whole thing with this was a ritual. To destroy Tulsa, Oklahoma, and drop bombs on that was a total ritual right there. Total ritual.
And they do that against any type of organization that goes against the government, because look how they wipe the mafia out.
Right. Don't let them think this is about black.
Yeah, they don't care about, and they not white. I mean, they not black.
Economics.
They not. They don't care. Right. They don't care what race you are. If you go up against the corporation and the government, which is one entity, mind y'all, the corporations, major corporations and the government, that's one entity. If anybody try to raise up outside of that, I don't care what nationality you are, and operate separate from them, they coming after you. That's what we trying to get through to y'all. It's all ritual about black, white, all these labels. To tell you the truth, we can get rid of all these labels because we all bleed red and we all breathe oxygen and we all need clean water, clean air, and clean food to survive on this planet. So who gives a hell what label you are? You know what I'm saying? Nobody's more superior than anybody because we all got a jugular vein that can be cut and bleed out, no matter what race you are. So we got a lot of similarities on this planet. We have everybody have a lot of similarities on this planet to say all these labels are out here. That's why I ain't racist or any of that against anything or anyone or because it don't make any sense. People is different shades, they eat different food, they grow different things in different regions. That's what make people different. Different music, different instruments. That's what make people different. You know what I mean? Right. And that's basic stuff. But you know what makes everybody the same? Like we said, everybody needs clean food, clean water, clean air, oxygen, love, family. Every culture is the same in that way. So what's going on? Why can't adults come to a decision and be able to come to that peacefully without having to analyze, you know what I mean, the little small things of a label? Because that's all they are at the grand scheme of things, small things. We've beefing over small things because the shade of our skin is different colors. You know what I'm saying? We beefing over that. But all that can disappear in a moment. Shoot, somebody, a burn victim, I don't care if you black or white, they're all gonna look the same. People who ain't got no skin, it's all gonna look the same, red and bloody, because that's what all of us are underneath. So it don't even matter what label you are. That's where they get this with, JR. It's the labels. It's the labels.
And the thing
that's
is,
what we stuck on.
Majority of the world doesn't have that mindset, though. That's America. Majority of the world doesn't have that mindset.
It's other parts of the world that have that
mindset. But majority don't even have that mindset.
Because look what's going over there on the Gaza and all that. You know what I'm saying? With the whole thing with the
that's
Jews
territory. That's territory shit. Yeah.
And it's a form of racism that's going. It's all of that. So no, it's not just in America. They've been using these same tactics forever. Well, and the only reason why they're able to use it is because it's us. It's humans, period, not realizing we're all human first before we all these labels.
Right. Gotta have that mindset of that. Yeah, you gotta erase that shit and realize there's really no. Only thing that separates us is culture. That's it. Hair differences.
And if you dig deep enough, you realize most cultures are the same.
Yeah, like hair differences, baby, culture differences, music wise. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that really separates people is culture. You know what I'm saying? But cultures is intertwined. I mean, that's why
all the time.
That's why hip hop was like very important to come into play. To basically basically to cultures get intertwined with each other. I think hip hop definitely created that. But look what happened. Corporations took that shit over. They took it over. They take everything over, man.
Also, and purchased over 40 acres of land that he made sure was only sold to other African Americans. The young entrepreneur had just resigned from a presidential appointment under President Grover Cleveland in order to strike out on his own. Mr. Gurley became a multi-millionaire, and he was the owner of several businesses, including his prized possession, which was a hotel. He also provided an opportunity for those who migrated from the harsh oppression of Mississippi. Another important visionary who contributed to the success of Black Wall Street was Mr. J.B. Stratford. J.B. Stratford had graduated from Indiana University with a law degree and had moved to Greenwood to purchase various land vacancies in the area. After buying these vacant spaces, he would then sell them to African-American residents for redevelopment so that these empty spaces could be transformed into residential houses and profitable businesses. By 1921, Mr. Stratford had been considered one of the wealthiest in the country, as he owned numerous properties in Greenwood and even had his hotel named after him, the Stratford Hotel. O.W. was a subscriber to the philosophies of Booker T. Washington, while J.B. was a follower of the more radical W.E.B. Du Bois. Nonetheless, the differences aside, the two men began to develop an all-black district in the unincorporated stretch of land north of Tulsa's train station. O.W. and J.B. both became rich as the oil industry boomed in Tulsa, and hundreds of African Americans immigrated to Greenwood. The 40 acres that were purchased resulted in a thriving community that populated a 35 square block district. There were over 600 businesses, and on Black Wall Street were attorneys, real estate agents, dentists, pilots, architects, musicians and singers, entrepreneurs, doctors, pharmacists, dry cleaners, plumbers, barbers, hairdressers, professors and teachers, nurses, bankers, newspaper editors, among many other professions who offered their services in the neighborhood. A dollar circulated 36 to 100 times, and it remained in the Greenwood district almost a year before leaving. To this day, no other community has been able to duplicate that type of circulation.
And that's the problem, that we don't have that mindset anymore. We're finished, bro. We finished. People don't even have that mindset anymore to even come together to even create something like this. Now,
because that's not how it's supposed to be.
Right. You could take the premise of this.
Themselves.
Right. No, you could take, that's what I was about to say. You could take the premise of this, but then you could build upon it and start adding more cultures onto each other, where cultures can actually invest in each other and create some type of space. That's what they don't want. That's what they fear the most. That's what them corporations and governments fear the most, is cultures intertwining with each other and building systems outside of them. They don't want that shit. Say like, you know what I mean? The black community intertwining with the Amish community and creating a space away from the corporations, or the Jewish community intertwining with the with the Muslim community.
Yeah, they would fear that. They would fear that the most.
Right. You know how fast they are.
Oh, they would fear that. Oh man, they would fear that.
These corporations will be out of business by tomorrow. But they keep us separated, man. They use the media. That's their greatest weapon, is the media, bro. Without that media, they wouldn't be able to dupe people into being separated without the media. Now, it's only 6 major media corporations, all owned by the same people. It's only 6 of them. All the other little ones is under those branches of those six corporations, the 6 major media corporations. All the little ones is under that. That's like Disney, NBC, all these different all these different medias is all under one 6 umbrellas. I think Warner, Universal, it's a few. That's the ones I know off the top. But they was able to consolidate the media and basically merge them all together, and that's how they use to separate people. Like, the propaganda in this country is strong as shit. The propaganda is strong as hell. And the thing about it is, what we see over here, other countries don't see the same media we see, but they keep those people ignorant as hell by painting us a certain light to other countries, and vice versa.
Because that's the government that's doing it. That's why I said the government and corporations is the same entity, because a lot of times the military intelligence be running Hollywood propaganda.
Like, our mindset growing up was Africa was a poor country, was jungle everywhere. They lived in mud huts and shit. But when you got to see the real Africa, those was thriving people over there, driving expensive cars, living in expensive homes, eating clean food.
Still are.
And they still
Yeah,
are, even more
they
today.
still are though. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
even more
You
today.
talking like it was in the past. Shit, it's
Nah,
even
no, I'm
now they
saying,
doing that.
yeah, even more
There's a
now.
lot of wealthy countries over there in Africa. People don't realize Africa is a continent, not a damn country.
But
So
they got it
it's
right.
many
But
countries in Africa, and some of them are very wealthy.
right, they blinded our mindset with the fact that it was just mud huts, dirty little kids that asked for 25 cents a day. They really did a number on the people over here, man. That propaganda machine is strong as shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the greatest weapon. The greatest weapon is the media they have. Like I said, all 6 of these mainstream medias that has all these other medias under their umbrella is all basically all ran by the same shareholders. Check the names. Check the names. They all part of the same clique. And it's been like this for about 100 and some years.
So I
200
see
some years.
Marsh Bonnie was asking, what's the solution? The solution, we told y'all at the beginning of the stream, start supporting local businesses over corporations. You got to vote with your dollars. That's what you got to move. You know what I mean? Whoever you give your currency to, your energy to, that's who's going to get the power.
Now you got
like we told
right.
you, we tell y'all all the time, start finding, farmers markets and stuff to shop from to get your fruits and vegetables and meats. At least you know it's real. At least you know it's local. You can ask questions and it's not mass produced. We run into problems when we buy stuff that's mass produced. All corporations do is mass produce everything, and they add a bunch of chemicals in there so it could, keep it on the shelf longer. All different reasons why they mass produce. And then you have special interest groups that come in knowing that these corporations mass produce, and this special interest group might have depopulation on the mind. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we need to depopulate. So what's the best way to depopulate? Go to places that mass produce things that reach the masses on a mass level. You know what I'm saying? So these special interest groups join with these corporations and actually add their poisons to some of the foods and stuff, even when they don't even need to be in there, because they all about depopulation. Things that make you infertile. They put things in the food that make you infertile, but it does more than that. It gives you cancer and all the rest. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you got the slaves on the bottom that's about the money, and these special interest groups got the money and the chemicals to add. Because we like, damn, all these ingredients, you would think our food would cost more than it used to. Yeah, I mean, you would think, well, all these ingredients, because like organic food, it don't barely have any ingredients in it. But when you buy the conventional stuff, it be having 50 ingredients like in a cake, or 50 ingredients in a loaf of bread. Like, what the hell, a loaf of bread? It takes 50 ingredients to make bread now? I thought it was only like water, yeast, and flour. They got 50 other things on there. But when you buy real bread from a real bakery, it's more expensive. You know what I mean? And they're only using 3 ingredients. So why are all the ingredients, the stuff that got a bunch of ingredients in it, how is that cheaper than the organic stuff? You know what I mean? How is that cheaper than the organic stuff? Think about that. Why is the stuff with all these damn ingredients cheaper than the organic stuff, and the organic stuff have 2 or 3 ingredients in it? When you think that would be cheaper?
Now
It's because that right there tells me it's not just about money. It's these special interest groups that's going in that want to depopulate, and you gotta realize a lot of these special interest groups is tied to infinite money, because we all know our banking system is a scam too.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they just got infinite money that they print up and put into a system, so they can just and everybody's enslaved to the money. So if everybody's enslaved to the money, and I'm a special interest group that can print money out of thin air, and I want to poison everybody, they would be the only ones that it would make sense to go and put stuff out there where more ingredients is less money. All these ingredients,
right?
And it's cheaper than the organic stuff. And it's to the point even the poisons are more expensive. The poisons, they making you pay high costs for stuff that used to be mad cheap. You know what I mean? And we know the cheap stuff got all the chemicals in it. That keeps you at the doctor's office, that keep you in the hospital, that keep you at the funeral home. You know what I mean? Watching your freaking 40-year-old grandmom or 40-year-old mother die from diabetes or cancer because we are being exposed to all these poisons nonstop. But they say it's genetics, or the cancer just popped up out of nowhere. Cancer just don't pop up out of nowhere. Diabetes just don't pop up out of nowhere, and it ain't no damn genetics. You know what I mean? Because if you go back and you look at the data from way back, people was barely getting diabetes compared to now. What changed? What changed? Why are everybody getting diabetes and high blood pressure now? What changed since the 60s and 70s till now? Because if you go back and you remember people from the 60s and 70s, you barely found any overweight, sick people from the 60s and 70s, especially in the black community.
It's chemicals, bro.
Right. It's the damn chemicals. Mass production of chemicals. Organic stuff expensive as hell. Chemicals is cheaper. Get the hell out of here.
Let me expand
50
more on
different
that.
ingredients, 50 different chemicals.
Vote with your dollar. I understand that, like, people need to understand voting with your dollar is more important than standing in line and voting for a politician that's only going to lobby for the corporations. Now, I need you to understand that. You standing in line and you voting for the politician that's being that's put in place to only benefit the corporation. They're not going to benefit the people. So the real voting is with your dollar, not standing in line and voting for a politician that's only going to get in there and lobby for a corporation. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the basics people don't know about. They don't know. They don't know that because they keep us ignorant. These people don't care about, listen, man, those positions those people get put in, it's only there to benefit the corporations because they're the ones that's paying the money. They're the ones that's paying the money for certain bills to get signed into, into play. So the real voting is with your dollar. Not the line you stand in for to be a Republican or a Democrat or independent. So I need people to understand that, just understand the basis of that. Now this blackout, February 28th blackout thing is going to end it's only lasting 24 hours. But to be honest, a lot of these corporations need to be blacked out forever until they get them damn poisons up out of them damn products that they selling us every day. Because that's what's hurting us the most. This DEI shit ain't hurting us as much as them chemicals and them products is hurting us. It ain't. The DEI shit is not hurting us as much as the corporations are doing to us with these chemical toxins they putting in our products, in our food. Not even a smidget. Not even
these
a smidget.
Corporations been doing this dirty way before that DEI shit was signed out.
Yeah, the corporation is killing everybody. It's just not, I mean, it's killing everybody. Blackout on that shit. Blackout until they remove these poisons up out of these products. Blackout on them niggas with that shit. Like, look, we ain't buying no more of y'all shit until y'all get these poisons up out of y'all products. And you know what? That'll hurt them faster than the politicians even can move. Because the politicians, they gotta wait to sign certain shit in. That takes a process and time. When the average person could just say fuck y'all and move about, and then they'll collapse by morning. That if they move fast, that's what I'm saying. The people can make this shit move faster than any politician ever could. Simple and plain. They keep us ignorant, bro. They want us to bank on this same system that they had in place for years. They want us to keep banking on this shit. Nah, bro.
Created the solution. That's why we created Night and Day Herbals. Yeah, I mean, we only work with people, moms and pop shops, people who make their own products from real, real stuff, real resources, not no synthetically modified crap that you would get at a corporation. We actually work with people who work with real stuff. Because I mean, when you buy at the corporation, you don't know what you're getting if it's real or not. Because if it's mass produced, you don't know what you're getting. And we think that there's watchdogs out there that watch for that, but really there isn't.
Nah, and the thing about it, the watchdogs are the people that's doing independent studies and testing this shit on their own and putting the information out there. Those are the watchdogs.
Those are the real watchdogs. The
That's like
fake watchdogs is the government, the FDA,
right,
the EPA, USDA.
right,
That's the fake watchdogs. Those are the
right.
ones that's allowing the poisons and allowing all the stuff into our food supply, and they taking our
Facts.
tax dollars and saying that they keeping us safe.
Mm-mm.
So they lying about that. So they take our tax dollars. They supposed to be watching for chemicals and stuff, the pesticides and all that, but they don't care. They let because you know why? Because the same people that work for the corporations are the same people that work inside the government. That's why. It's a revolving door.
Now
They
let's
only
go
looking
into
out for each other.
Now let's go into some of the ingredients. Now this brother Atico makes this splash drink, this detox drink, right? Now imagine the corporations selling a detox drink and what they would put in it. But let's go into what this brother used to make his his detox splash. Natural spring water, agave nectar, organic turmeric, organic beetroot powder, organic moringa powder, vitamin B12, vitamin D3, organic flaxseed oil, elderberry syrup, organic black seed oil, organic black maca root, senna leaf powder. What's that? Psyllium husk powder, fennel
Yeah,
seed
silly.
powder,
Yep.
papaya leaf powder, rose hip fruit powder. What's that? Lactobacillus, Acophilus.
Yeah, that's
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 a
what it is.
probiotic. That's good for your
Probiotic,
gut health.
right? Colon cleanse, ginger, organic peach juice, organic peach extract. This brother used nothing but organic ingredients to make this.
Now you get something like that from Walmart, it'll be high fructose corn syrup,
Corn syrup,
BHP,
fat,
yellow
right?
blue, red 40,
Fat,
this, that, this and this and this and that.
fat,
It'll be so many, you know what I mean? Disodium sulfosate and disodium sulfosate and
right? Red,
all
yellow,
the
40,
rest of this shit.
240, right? Food coloring, all that shit'll be inside of a detox
Right.
drink from Walmart.
Exactly. That's what we trying to get through to y'all, man. This is the difference between going. This is the solution right here. That's the difference between going to a corporation and the individual who makes it in their kitchen. You know what I mean? And makes it better and more healthier because they ain't using all them industrialized chemicals. That we telling y'all is the mass produced stuff that's making us ill. It's making us sick, and it's driving a lot of us crazy. That's why a lot of our youth is crazy these days, and they make a lot of poor decisions. Because those chemicals affect that part of the brain for decision making.
Right.
You know what I mean? To keep your sanity. You realize their emotions is all over the place. They crying on the internet 1 minute, next minute they fighting, next minute they angry, next minute they happy. Like it's just they all over. They catching bodies on the internet. You know what I mean? It's all the chemicals that's disrupting their whole hormones.
Right.
Yeah, their hormones.
Now look at this, the organic reishi tincture, right? Look at the ingredients that they put in this. Certified organic cane alcohol infused certified organic reishi fruiting body. Look, grown in Southern Oregon, right? Mushroom supplement, certified organic, gluten-free, non-GMO. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you got to realize there's people out here that take pride because they know these are people with the same mindset that know the corporations are poisoning us every day, and there's nobody coming with no solution. Like people's like, what's the solution? Well, you got to buy from local farmers. You got to buy from local farmers markets, local butchers,
right?
People that sell health products that's local. You know what I mean?
Eatwild.com.
People that,
if you
right.
look,
you got to
Eatwild.com. If y'all looking for farmers market, or go to Google and put in farmers markets near me.
Right.
Get your food from the farmers market. Even if you gotta drive an hour, 2 hours, just prepare, because a lot of farmers markets is only open like 3 days out of a week. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes 2 days out of a week, a little bit more on the holidays. If you have to Google and plan your trip to the farmers market, at least shop from the farmers market. Shop for stuff that's in season. You know what I mean? Shop for stuff that's near you, where you can ask your local farmer. You can ask them what type of farming practices they use, whether they use chemicals or not, if the chemicals are synthetic or not. Because I mean, there's some chemicals that's not, I mean, that's more natural than others. but you would still rather go to someone who don't use any and might use natural ways to keep the pest away from their crops. I mean,
Right.
some organic farms, they use ladybugs. Ladybugs eat most of the pests that destroy crops. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to spray. And there's some sprays that they use that might not be 100% synthetic. So you got to ask questions, but you can't ask that question to a corporation. And 99.9% of these corporations use industrialized synthetic chemicals on all their stuff. And that's what's making us all sick and making us all crazy.
Facts.
If we support our local people more, that industry would grow. And then we would actually be empowering the citizens and taking power away from the corporations and governments. That should be the goal. That's the solution. Like we were saying, like JR was saying, vote with your dollars instead of standing in a line to vote for somebody who's just going to govern the corporation and the government that's been screwing you all these years. What you do, you vote for your dollar and vote for a stronger community of people you could just go up down the street to get your eggs from. You know what I mean? You could go here and there, you know what I mean? Somebody up the street to get your soap and your body butters and your hair, but all that. People who make it from their kitchen or make it from their little small spot to
Like
where
we've
it's
been
not
doing
mass produced with all those chemicals.
Like people been
And
doing
that's
for
how you
years.
know you're getting better quality.
Right. And that's what the people was been doing for you know what I mean, for years.
Facts.
During the time I'm talking about before they start getting into mass production, the soap, the lady down the road would make the soap. Yeah, the lady down the road would make the soap. You wanted to get some shampoo, she'd make the shampoo, the soap. You know what I mean? You wanted to get something, far as like some type of cold medicine. The brother up here specializes in cold medicine. He know how to mix certain herbs together. You know what I mean? That's the people you would go to. You wouldn't go to no goddamn corporation to buy any of that shit. You would go to the people that's in your area. You know what I mean? But now we got social media where we got abroad. Now we can, shop for that stuff abroad now. You know what I mean? We can connect with other people, abroad, not just in, our area, but we can connect with people in other areas. That's what we did with 9-Day, herbals.com. We connected with people that's in other states, other, other areas. I got the same mindset that we had.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. That's the only solution because I mean, as long as and I understand that people's not going to be 100% corporation free. We understand that because a lot of people still got to depend on gas, which we don't have resources to. So we got to, gas, oil, certain oil and stuff for cars, and certain things. We still going to bank on the corporations because we've been so far removed from our natural way of living. I mean, this done by design that we have to actually depend on certain corporations. But
30% off on the sea moss, y'all. Forgot to say.
Yeah.
30% off sea moss, highest quality, man. Very high quality sea moss. The lady who make the sea moss, man, she really makes really high quality. Probably the best I've had. So we bring people together like this, man. We bring people together. Yeah, I mean, that makes high quality products. Because we know that these corporations it's a no-go. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, JR, there's some stuff that we have to depend on them for, like gas for our cars and all that. But just think, if we had our own local communities popping like that, we wouldn't even have to go that far to get anything.
Nah.
Like we said, the lady that make the soap up the street. This person over here, oh, you need a new jacket? Shoot, you got a tailor right over there who makes jackets. You know what I mean? They make it just customized for you. Like, we gotta get back to that because at this point,
right? And then a lot of clothes that we wore during those times everything was tailor made. Everything was made. We didn't buy. You know what I mean? Everything was made. We didn't have to go to different stores and shit to buy stuff. All that stuff was made right there in our area. Everything was made in that area. That's crazy,
Now
bro.
it's mass produced and poison because they even put because our clothes, the fabric that they use for our clothes is poisonous in our hormone disruptors. A lot of us don't even realize that.
Right.
They even poison in our clothes that we put on our backs.
You see, we got all different kinds of sea mosses on there. Herbal, licorice, spice. You know what I mean? Chive, you know, green tea, turmeric, golden chive, raspberry. It is. Yeah,
See,
people.
we had to act on it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people they able to state the problem, but they not able to come with the solutions. Yeah, I mean, or they not as a part of the solutions as they should be.
Because we realize, I mean, we realize we're like, all right, we seeing a lot of people die from certain diseases. We seeing a lot of people die from, you know what I mean, and we like, damn, bro, like there's a lot of people around that's sick, a lot of people dying from this certain disease, this type of condition. It was like, bro, we had to do extensive research on why this shit was happening. And we basically broke it down to it's this chemical air. This chemical says this, it does this. This chemical air say it does that. This chemical air causes cancer. This chemical right here, you know, cause heart disease. This
or
chemical
diabetes.
Diabetes. Like you got to start researching every ingredient and see what the hell that ingredient is doing inside your body.
They telling y'all that natural foods is poisoning to you. Meat. Some people saying eggs is not good for, like people saying certain vegetables ain't good. Nah, all that stuff is good for you in its purest form because we've been eating it for millions of years. And it didn't hurt us. It's how they processing it now. It's the stuff that they injecting into the meat. Is the genetically modified stuff that they doing with the vegetables and the pesticides and stuff on the fruits and all that. That's what it is. It's the stuff itself ain't killing you. It's how they processing it. It's the chemicals. It's the synthetic chemicals that they're using on it. They telling you that this stuff is bad for you. That's BS. Niggas been eating this stuff for years, man. We got people in our family who lived over 100 years old and they ate pork. But it's just the pigs that they were getting were a lot cleaner than the pigs that they got out there now. Yeah, I mean that's what's happening. They're being injected with stuff. Stuff. They're being fed their feeds. They're being fed chemical waste as their feed. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't understand what's going on. It's the practices that these corporations are doing. It's not the food itself. We all sitting around saying this diet, that diet, this. Nah, it's the quality and the cleansiness of the ingredients that you get to make your food. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. That's why when you go to other countries and stuff and you eat their food, the same stuff you eat here, you could lose weight and feel better and reverse actual health problems eating the same food in another country that you would eat here. But as soon as you come back here and eat the food here, and it's the same thing you was eating in the other country, you get sick. It's because the chemicals, the synthetic industrialized chemicals that they add into all the foods and the genetically modified crops that they feeding the animals and they feeding us. Do you understand that they could splice a tomato with a squid, a spider with a goat, a human with a pig? Do you understand how that, like that's that's gene splicing and genetically modified. They doing stuff like that. Of course that's going to make you sick. We didn't say, oh, it's the meat itself, or it's the fruit or the vegetable itself. Nah, it's what they spraying on it, it's how they altering it, and it's you know what I mean, and how they processing it.
Anything coming from a plant, they guarantee putting certain preservatives in it and certain chemicals in it if it's coming from a large plant. The local butcher don't have to do all that.
Nope.
But when you pull up where these certain meats come from, these certain corporations, you'll see it be mixed up in this big ass aluminum brass or whatever the hell they use, these big machines, and they be dumping all this powdery substance in it. And it turns, it goes through, it squashes itself, It goes through another process where you see all that stuff going on with the product before it hits the supermarket.
You got a video that
You know
you
what I
can
mean?
play for them where they do that.
Powdery
show 'em.
substance, bro. Let me say which
Hold
one.
on.
Okay, you can send it.
Yeah.
Like,
Because
it goes through all of that process, bro, to get before it hits the
because
supermarket.
that's all they do. That's all. They don't do nothing else.
Those
You know what
big
I mean?
machines,
That's
all
all
do is
they do.
right.
There's the second and the third video up.
Let me see.
Yeah, that's all they do. A whole bunch of
Crazy, bro.
mystery powders and all this stuff
Liquid,
that they
certain
mix
liquids,
together.
yeah, chemical
Yep,
liquids.
liquid, mystery powders, mystery liquids. Mix it all together. You don't know what the hell they putting in that.
Right. Like, what the
A
hell?
whole bunch of chemicals.
Right. Like, what the hell?
That's how
y'all
you get
doing
your.
with that?
That's how you get your hot dogs. That's how you
Right.
get your hot dogs, your spam, your fake imitation crab meat, all that shit that y'all be eating.
Fact.
Oh, this is about the oil. The one before that is a show the whole machine process.
Yeah, let me go to the next one. Yeah, let me go play that one real quick.
Yeah, you can play all three of them down the line. Yo, for real, man. If after watching this, I don't know how y'all be able to go back to the. You can't keep going back to the corporation, y'all. I mean, just watching this video and seeing how they put this shit together. And when you read the ingredients on the labels, it's all chemicals that you don't even know what the hell it. And when you look up each chemical by itself and see how it responds to the human body, they all dangerous. It's not for human consumption. Most of the stuff ain't even supposed to get on your skin, but it goes into the food. You mean to tell me that it can't even come in contact with your skin, but it can go inside of your body? We got
Like,
yo, man, this is crazy. This
so
is
they
crazy.
actually look how they making this meat, bro. All types of food
Oh yeah,
color.
that joint ain't playing.
Yeah, it's playing, but I think it's just noise. Oh, my bad. Hold on, y'all.
Yeah, you gotta bring that back.
Let's switch to this real quick. All right.
Look at that.
That's crazy, bro.
That's a meat product.
Yeah, they make the whole meat product.
That's
y'all.
how they make the meat. That's how they make the meat for y'all niggas. Cause I don't eat this shit. I go to the farmer's market and actually go.
Facts. We get our shit straight from the butcher.
I don't eat this shit.
Right. Shit straight from the butcher.
Facts.
You won't get catches eating this shit. Hell nah.
Look, that's y'all shit. That's y'all meat right there. That's y'all hot dogs and
ground beef.
Yo, y'all still want to keep eating this shit, man?
What the hell is that? Like some type of liverwurst?
Nigga, that's the meat. Yeah, that's what they make all your niggas bologna and shit out of. Yeah, your bologna, your hot dogs, all that shit that y'all niggas love eating out there. It ain't real. The meat is unhealthy. Man, humans been eating meat for millions of years and thrived off of meat.
Right.
Millions of years and thrived off of meat. It's this fake ass meat that's killing everybody.
Facts. Let me see. This is the seed. This is the oils, ain't it?
Yeah.
Not in your food.
And this is what y'all niggas frying y'all food in.
These are not real food products. These are products made in factories. These are products that require heat and chemicals and high pressure to extract what little oil there is.
The heat and chemicals used in the manufacturing process oxidizes these delicate seed oils. When you eat oxidized vegetable oils like soy, canola, corn, and safflower or sunflower, they create free radicals throughout your body that are highly inflammatory and known to cause heart disease and cancer. Why are we always trying to eat more antioxidants? To combat free radicals like the ones found in refined vegetable oils.
And then they're used by restaurants in the most carcinogenic way possible. They heat them, reheat them, cool them off, heat them again, and use them for a week. So switching to vegetable oils or seed oils was probably a terrible idea in the first place.
One researcher from the University of Minnesota went to a variety of fast food restaurants in her neighborhood and purchased French fries, and then took them back to her lab for testing. She found numerous compounds of toxic aldehydes in the fries. Aldehydes are known to cause gene mutation, alter RNA and DNA, and trigger massive inflammation in the body.
Vegetable oil is highly toxic, and anyone who advises people to eat vegetable oils is also giving misinformation.
I tell my clients to avoid the industrial seed oils.
Along in the engines of cars, not in your food.
Yeah, that originally these oils was used in engines of cars. World War II is actually where a lot of these oils came from. They used it for clean tanks and putting them in engines and tanks and all that. That's where a lot of the cooking oils, these corporations cooking oil come from. It was a surplus of that shit left over, and they just decided to sell it as a food product.
Because it was cheaper than using animal fat for to lubricate their engines and stuff. Because that was more expensive. So they came up with these seed oils and basically processing them with all these chemicals and creating these seed oils, and they was actually using that to lubricate their machines, their machinery.
Facts.
Now they feeding it to us. And we wonder, and we say fried food. Yo, fried food is not unhealthy. It's what you fry it in.
Right.
Listen, ancient people been
olive.
eating fried foods forever. Deep fried foods forever. But they use animal fat. Your body recognizes animal fat. The industry lied to us. The health industry lied to us. They told us that animal fat was bad for us and this seed oil was good for us, when the seed oils is nothing but chemicals that lubricated their machines. But they had so much of a surplus after World War I and World War II, they decided to just sell it as food to us, to regular citizens. And we fell for it because they had the money around the 40s, 50s, and 60s to basically promote that on radio. And when they came up with television, they was able to promote these brands like Crisco and all them who are actually using chemical oils that they use to lubricate their engines and other machines during World War I and World War II to actually give it to us as cooking oil. That's when heart attack and stroke started to come up from fried foods and all that. Because before that, people used to just fry foods and animal fats like beef tallow or lard or something like that, and people was living over 100 years old, eating fat back from a pig, from a hog, frying in lard, frying chicken and all that. People ain't start getting the illnesses that come with the fried food. They started getting it from these fake oils because these oils ain't stable. The animal fat, that's stable oil. Even if you heat it up, it remains stable and don't oxidize. This is the shit they don't tell you. This is what they don't tell you. Because our ancestors been eating fried foods for the longest, and they was living longer. Beside from dying at childbirth and dying from stuff that could have been prevented by keeping themselves cleaner.
Right.
Other than that, people was living longer. I know in our family, people were definitely living longer. Shit, our great grandma lived to in her 90s, and her mom lived to her 90s. And we're talking late 90s. We talking about almost, and they all ate pork. They all fried in lard. They all fried in beef tallow. They ate that shit all the time. They ate bacon every morning. Every morning you smell bacon. Right. And they lived to their late 90s eating that shit. It's because they had their own farm. No, it wasn't from the butcher. Remember, they had their own land.
Their own land, right. Yeah.
They ain't had no they ain't go to no they was raising their own cattle.
Own cattle and shit. Right. That's facts. That's facts.
Yeah. They was eating eggs and bacon every damn day. From their own chickens and from their own pit hogs. Niggas, oh, meat is bad. This is bad. That no, it's the way that these companies are processing them.
Let me play this one. This the meat right here.
This meat didn't come from an animal raised on a farm, but from a bioreactor. It is known as a lab-grown meat, which is cultivated in a lab from animal cells. eliminating the need to raise and slaughter animals. Here, identical stem cells are cloned, increasing the number every 2 to 3 days by a factor of 2 to 5. This pulp of cells is then transferred into even larger tanks, adding what everybody needs to grow: minerals, vitamins, fats, proteins, and carbohydrates, all plant-based. The cells still have to be shaped to become meat. They grow into a plant-based frame where they get their meaty texture.
Inside of this, you have hundreds of millions of cells. This is the foundation of the chicken. This is what it is, basically. This is our entire chicken product. We did not genetically modify these cells. They're what's called spontaneously immortalized. So they're able to grow indefinitely.
Now y'all see why the egg prices is high and they killing all the animals, because now they can mass produce in a laboratory the animals. They don't have to wait for the animal to grow up. They don't have to wait for it to, you know, be raised a certain way. They could just go in the lab, create that damn out of the cells from that animal. So what they doing is extracting all the cells from these animals and killing them off so they can give us food from the laboratory. So now y'all understand why the eggs and shit is high, and they killing 10 million chickens and all that, because now they could just go in the laboratory and create your chicken right there. That's why the egg price is high right here, y'all. Right here. They creating the egg shortage on purpose because they want to destroy all the animals so they can serve as laboratory meat. Technology. That's what I'm saying. They trying to use. They basically doing away with the old way of growing, you know, farming, and they turn it into everything coming from the laboratory now, because it's fast, it's easy, it's faster, and it's easy to produce. But that's only going to make people get more sick, because you see they have to use chemicals to even process this stuff. So now y'all understand why the eggs are so goddamn high out here and why they're killing off all the chickens. This little small clip here, and there's way more videos you can watch. This is a small clip here that's giving you an insight on it.
Fact.
I need to play it back real quick, one more time.
And they got fake, and before you play it back, they got fake everything. Fake eggs. They got, you know what I mean? Right. They got all every animal you could think of. They got a fake version of that meat.
Fake eggs
that they 3D print. You know what I'm saying? And all of it is unhealthy. Every last bit of it is unhealthy because it's chemical based. It's the cells from the animals mixed with chemicals. Who want to eat that?
Here. Bloomberg just put out a piece. Bloomberg. Now I'm telling you, they use this media to try to sell us on this shit, man. They use their media to sell us on this. Now let me pull this up. This is a piece Bloomberg put out about the eggs. Let me play this clip, y'all. I need y'all to smash that like button and share this live stream if you can. They get rid of real food, bro, because it's faster for them to produce it in the lab.
Yep. And it works for their depopulation agenda because you're going to be sick eating this shit.
Facts. Now this is a piece Bloomberg put out. CEO obsessed with making eggs without chickens. That's why they don't need. That's why the egg price is so high, y'all. They don't need the chickens because they can produce in the lab now. Let me play this clip, y'all.
That fake ass bird flu. They saying it's bird flu. So they can kill off all the cattle. So they can kill off all the cattle and bring this fake shit in for us to eat.
Fact.
With plants. Hampton Creek Foods is a high-tech startup doubling as a food company. And like most startups in the Valley, disruption is the name of the game. The $9 billion industry they're after? Eggs.
When you talk to big food companies like Kraft and General Mills and Kellogg's and Nestle, and you say, why are you using eggs? What you'll hear is they aerate my cake, they bind the cookie, they provide good mouthfeel or taste. What you don't hear is I'm obsessed with using a chicken egg.
So what's the matter with my scrambled eggs right now?
They come from crazy places. Chickens are in cages. We all think that is nuts.
This kitchen/lab/office space is full of tech geeks, cooks, and of course, biochemists.
92% of the world's plants haven't even been explored for their applicability in food. So we dig down deep into these plants and we see, can it coagulate? Can it bind? Can it aerate? All these amazing things we can do even better with plants.
Tastes exactly like eggs. Hampton Creek's R&D team has identified 11 plants that have the functional capabilities to replace eggs. Plant-based foods are not without their own challenges.
It is hard to figure out the exact plants that will enable you to have a delicious cookie or a cookie dough or mayonnaise or even scrambled eggs.
All products Josh and his team are trying to replicate sans chicken eggs.
Their first product to hit the market is just mayo. I've never made mayo before.
Ew.
Engineered
That's
mayonnaise
mayo.
could be Hampton Creek's first golden goose, making them not just an ingredient manufacturer,
Ew.
but also their own brand.
If you don't have an egg in mayonnaise and you try to pour it on a turkey sandwich, you're going to get this syrupy, disgusting, liquidy-like substance. So we have to identify plants to actually give you a nice, creamy mayonnaise.
Over the next 12 months, the company is trying to keep up with the big boys, amping up production from 80,000 jars of just mayo to 3.2 million.
These Fortune 500 food companies, they actually stand to gain from your company, but who stands to lose here?
The global conventional egg industry. It's that industry, inefficient, bizarrely unsustainable industry that we're going after with full throttle.
All right, let me switch to this one, bro. This shit's crazy, bro. Now y'all wonder why the egg industry is crazy right now. Because y'all see what they trying to create. Y'all see what they trying to create, bro.
Lab-grown chicken that was just approved for sale in the U.S. could be headed to your dinner plate. Devin Dwyer has the details. Good morning, Devin.
Hey, good morning, George. Americans ate 75 billion pounds of red meat and chicken last year, but what if some of that meat was not raised on farms, but instead of high-tech facilities? Scientists say that could be good for the environment and your health, and soon it could be on menus and store shelves.
This morning, the USDA has approved cell-cultivated meat to be sold to the public for the first time.
So that's where it all starts, just a few cells.
2 cultivated meat producers now getting the green light to begin commercially selling their chicken, not raised on a farm, but in a facility. The meat is grown using real animal cells and large bioreactors fed with nutrients. I recently got a tour of California-based Upside Foods, the nation's first and largest cultivated meat producer.
You're making chicken in there.
Yeah, so if you look at this is approximately a 200+ liter tank. And we take cells from a chicken or an egg. It takes 2 weeks to grow the equivalent of 1 chicken, 1,000 chickens, or 100,000 chickens.
So you're saying in this factory, you can make more meat faster and cleaner than an average farm?
Well, ultimately, yes.
The company says cell-cultivated meat could help feed the world's booming population using a fraction of the land and water of animal farming and help reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Many experts say more study is needed.
I got to try this cell-cultivated chicken at the facility in California.
Y'all see? You see why everything is crazy? You see what they doing? They trying to mass produce meat without animals, man. They saying they can produce it in 2 weeks. They can produce meat and have it on the shelf in 2 weeks, y'all. You know what I mean? This gonna make the population.
No way we gonna fall for this. No way. See, y'all have to understand, they play chess, not checkers. Y'all understand how they even develop the land, like how they even section off the land to the point where people can't have their own chickens. That's why they love all these big cities and these suburban areas with these types of neighborhoods and all that, where people can't have their own animals to feed themselves or have enough space to grow their own crops. What they want is to be 100% dependent on them for food, so they could cut us off whenever they want. See, they make y'all think there's not enough land and there's not enough this and it's destroying the planet when you got cows and sheep and all that. That's BS. They only doing that because they want to control the food supply. That's their only goal. They only goal is to control the food supply, and if everything's coming from a factory, that means they control the food supply 100%. That's why the government regulate most areas the way they do, where you can't have farm animals and this. They want more malls, they want more concrete, they want more of this so they can tax us more and create more fake environments for us to live in. It made sure they only planted male trees throughout the United States, so no fruit trees can just grow freely like they do on the islands and stuff like that. Because that's how it used to be. It used to be like that in the States, where fruit just used to grow, plentiful. But the government regulation had it to where they cut down most of the female trees that bear fruit, and it's only male trees out there. That's not by accident. The way they do the architect and everything is about keeping us enslaved, taking over our food supply, our water supply, and everything else, and keeping us in these tiny boxes. Well, all this land out here that they like to use for golf and to build they underground laboratories and they fucking factories everywhere. That's all this is about. They take over all the land, put us in these tiny boxes, these little apartment complexes, these little suburban ass neighborhoods, all that bullshit. They take all the rest of the land and dedicate it to golf, their factories, and laboratories. That's it.
Corporations. stores.
Yeah,
Corporations.
and that's what it is. Yeah, laboratories.
Yeah,
Because it's
but
all
now they want
experimental shit.
to build certain architects to keep people consolidated even more in
Right.
15-mile radius. But we that's a whole nother live stream with the 15-minute cities. They want
When
to
they
create new
sold us on this
technology.
American dream with these suburban homes and
Okay.
all that, before that,
Right.
people used to own their own houses and had their own little farmland, their own little family farm, enough animals and shit, and enough crops to feed their family and to make a little bit of extra money by trading with somebody up the road who might grow a different fruit, who might raise a different animal. That's how we used to do it. Until they came with this whole suburban American dream, white picket fence, all that bullshit they came with, and they structured everything to where people gave up their family farms and started just going to grocery stores. Now the corporations got full control over our food supply with the help of the government. Now they want to give us fake food. Do you understand? Like, it's to the point, like we said earlier in the stream, people don't even know how to cook from scratch anymore. It's all shit that you buy already in a box or already in a package that you just popping in the microwave or popping in the air fryer. Nobody know how to cook. So we completely losing our control over food. Like, we giving our full food supply over to some wicked individuals who's all about depopulation and population control. Do you know how sick this is? We handing over our power to the people that we resist. All of us walk around, man, effing government, effing cops, effing this, effing all fake all this stuff, but we give all our power to them. To the point we giving them our food supply. You know what I mean? We trusting them with our water supply. Look what happened with California and Flint, Michigan for trusting them with our water supply. You know what I'm saying? We trusted them with our children. We trusted them with our health. And they just been shitting on us.
So, and that's the thing. We had to go into this because a lot of people don't realize why this egg crisis is happening. They only know the egg prices is high and they killing off the chickens, and people don't know, in depth why it's happening. And we trying to tell you, they want to kill all the animals and just create 100% laboratory meat because they able to produce it in 1 or 2 weeks and have it on the shelf. They don't have to wait for cattle to be raised anymore. They don't have to wait for the chickens to grow and lay eggs and mate. And they don't have to wait for none of that process no more. They found a way to extract all the cells from the animals, reproduce those cells as well, because they don't need the animal to keep reproducing those cells. All they need is one cell, and they can keep reproducing that one cell and create food out of that. So this is what we just gonna let them do.
That's disgusting.
No, America gonna sit back and
disgusting.
just let these motherfuckers make laboratory meat for us 100%. We get what this
laboratory foods, period.
Yeah, we get what we deserve, bro. We get what we deserve.
Yeah, we just sit back and let it happen.
Yeah, we sit back and let it happen. We get what we deserve.
Yeah, we sit back and let it happen. Yeah, I guess that's what we decided on then. They already own most of the food supply now. Most people don't even know. You got people, especially in our neighborhood, don't even know where food really comes from. All they know that it comes from the grocery store.
You got to support your local. You got to find local butchers in your area, local farmers markets in your area, because these are people that produce, this stuff right from their land, and they bring it to the farmers markets and they sell it. They don't take it to a laboratory, mix it with all these powders and chemical liquids, and then serve it to the people. It goes straight from their farm, processed, and straight to the to the farmers markets.
And that's way better for the environment than some chemical factory pushing out chemical meats. Because where all that waste going, all that chemical stuff that they're using, it creates more waste. Where that waste going?
Right.
How is that better for the planet? And it's a factory.
Going in the oceans is going.
How the hell a factory is better for the planet?
Yeah, all of that chemical waste is going into our water supply.
Exactly.
It's going into the ocean. It's going into the soil. Yeah, it's going. Yeah, it's no way
on what
to eat.
Planet? A factory is more healthier for the environment than an actual farm. Farm's been around since the beginning of Earth.
Right.
How the hell is a factory more better for the environment? Yeah, we gonna actually let them play with our intelligence like this? That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. Because if farms were dangerous to the planet, then shit, we would have been extinct years ago.
Facts.
We would have been extinct years ago. And what's destroying the planet is big agriculture. Industrialized farming is killing the see, people didn't do it that way at one point. It was to the point where a lot of people had their own piece of land with enough animals and enough crops to feed their family. So it wasn't industrialized. That's the problem. That's what's killing the planet. It's the industrialized stuff that's going on. It's the industrialized farming. It's because the people done lost their pop. We all living in apartment complexes and suburban townhomes, to where you can't even have your own farm animals or your own land or anything to grow anything, to do anything. That's the problem. All these damn city streets and major cities and concrete this and concrete that, all these shopping malls and all that shit is taking a place where we could be growing clean food at. That's the problem. It's the industrialized corporations, this mass production of everything. That's what's destroying the planet. Nobody can't tell me any different. Because when you go and you actually do the laboratory work of the chemicals that's in our oceans and in our land and in our air, you can link them back to most of these factories.
Yeah, it'd be the same.
You can link these chemicals back to most of these factories that supply us our goods. Going to these Walmarts, these Targets, and all this bullshit out here. Starbucks, they got niggas so addicted to Starbucks and Dunkin' and Panera and all that industrialized coffee with all that mold on there and all them damn chemicals. All that shit that y'all niggas be spending y'all money up on every day, going to Starbucks and all, it got addicting chemicals, stuff that's more addicting than heroin and any other harsh drug that they throw under the bus, so they could put their legal drugs in our stuff, so we won't pay attention to the legal drugs that's in our Starbucks. We don't pay attention to that. We only pay attention to the illegal ones, when it's the legal ones that's doing the most killing. That's what people have to understand. The reason why you can't go a day without your Starbucks, you start getting headaches, you start getting withdrawal. You see people who drink Starbucks and Panera bread and all that every day. Soon as they get away from that, soon as they miss a couple days, they start going through, you know what I mean, withdrawal symptoms. Strong withdrawal, I mean heavy withdrawal symptoms, because it's so many chemicals in those drinks that's way more addicting than the street drugs, y'all. And it's way more harmful to your body than the street drugs. You'll be better off doing crack than going to Starbucks every day drinking that. I'm trying to tell y'all, yo, if y'all actually go find a scientist who do independent lab work and take your cup of Starbucks that you drink every day and let you know what chemicals in there and what they do to the human body and how addictive they are.
Well, shit, you probably can find that shit online now. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you probably can find
but
that.
But some people act like they need to see it with their own eyes and their own scientists to understand what we're saying. Like, we be out here shaming the H head on the street or the crackhead on the street. You know what I mean? Shaming them, but you drinking and eating McDonald's every day. And those chemicals are just as bad as the street drugs. Even worse.
Even worse, because they
do more damage to your body than even the street drugs do.
Yeah, it's more chemicals in certain products than street drugs can never contain.
And the thing is, there ain't nothing wrong with coffee itself, Dina. It's the type of coffee that's being mass produced at these corporations, because there's clean coffee out there. Like, you got to go to like straight to the source, like straight to Colombia, straight to parts of Africa, wherever they got the best coffees at.
Yeah, or find it online
straight there.
Yeah, or buy it from online from people that sell it. See, that's the great thing about the internet. It opens you up to a broader way of shopping and getting to original products. The internet. But instead, people want to use the internet for evil. People want to use the internet to do dumb shit instead of using the internet to educate themselves and find a clean source of, of food, a clean source of, medicine, an alternate way of, healing yourself, shit like that. People ever use the internet for bullshit, and it shows. Because the people, you know what I mean? It shows. If you ignorant, it shows.
Most niggas want to use the internet just to find out the latest celebrity gossip or
this. You
know what I mean? Like, that's
and
crazy.
there's nothing wrong if you want to watch that shit, but you got to know how to.
Nah, that's all niggas want.
Yeah, but that's
all niggas care about.
Right.
or the latest political news, what's going on in the political realm and all this shit.
Yeah.
Man, instead of focusing on, you know what I mean, you and your family and keeping yourselves away from the mess. It's best to tune all that shit out and actually focus on what's good for you and your family.
Right.
Because that stuff ain't gonna do nothing for you.
It damn sure ain't.
It ain't gonna do nothing for you in the long run. Yeah, and they structure society to the point where it's getting harder and harder to get healthier food, to have healthier options. Most people, their time is cut so short in the day that they sort of forced to go. I mean, you can meal prep too. I mean, it ain't nothing to meal prep, but it's sort of forced people, because of their schedules to basically eat the poison and do the work and all this type of stuff, working 16, 17 hours a day, some people, just to keep a roof over their head and to continue buying poisons. Because that's what you're working for. You're working 17, 18 hours, 2 shifts, double shifts, triple shifts, just so you could buy more poison.
Yeah, to keep up with that shit. That's right.
To keep up with the poison.
There's a cycle to keep, to keep the workforce on. There's a certain system set up to keep the workforce on that cycle. And you can't even, they don't want you to, move outside of the box. But
and it's calculated.
And it's calculated, bro.
That's why you need the chemical coffee to get up in the morning to do these long hour shifts for these corporations.
Man, get you some sea moss from nightandayherbals.com and use that and drink that in the morning.
Exactly.
Take a couple shots of that sea moss because that'll make you energized as well. But I know people like the taste of their coffee and all that, but you know what I mean?
Now they like the chemicals.
Yeah, at least start incorporating.
Some people are just addicted to the chemicals, man.
Right. Start incorporating natural things into your body as well. You'll feel a lot better. You'll notice the difference too. When you start eating a certain way, you'll notice the difference like right away because you'll be like, damn, I've been eating this type of way for a long time. Let me just try this shit out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Let me go ahead and go outside the box of this way I've been eating all my life, and let me just try to eat this way and see what happens. And boy, you'll notice the difference right away. You won't be getting headaches as much. You won't be getting pain, inflammation as much. You know what I mean? Or none of that shit. You know what I mean? Especially if you start cutting down on the sugars. And you know what I mean? And a lot of this shit people put in their body is synthetic sugars at that. It's not like
that's what it is. It ain't sugar. It ain't natural sugar. It's synthetic sugar.
That's the synthetic sugar. You know what I mean? But if you're
because I'm gonna be honest with you, I had real sugar cane on the islands. I had actual like real sugar cane, like where they actually got the cane that they grew. They just picked the cane and they actually juiced the cane, and I drunk that, and I was good. It wasn't no headaches, it wasn't no crash, it wasn't no addiction, it wasn't none of that. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't the sugar itself, it's how they processing everything. It's the chemicals. It's the chemical. At bottom line, we getting sick from the synthetic chemicals that they're using to process everything. That's what it is. That's what everybody need to put the focus on. The listeria and the salmonella, man, that shit your body, you can shit that out, piss it out, throw up. Make sure you hydrated and you over salmonella, you over E. coli. But those chemicals, that's what's giving you terminal illnesses. That's what's giving you the diabetes, the high blood pressure, the strokes, the heart conditions. It's the synthetic chemicals. It's the synthetic chemicals, y'all. And that's what they're not being watchdogs. They take our tax dollars and they allow these corporations to add all these chemicals into everything. That's the bottom line. That's what's happening. Nothing outside of that. That's what's happening.
Yeah, please smash that like button, man. Share this live stream as much as possible. I mean, I know, people like to tune into the entertainment factor and shit, but you need these type of live stream as well to educate the people, man, so people can know what's really going on. That's why we had to break down this whole thing as far as like what they doing with the food. Why people thinking these egg prices is just high out of nowhere. Nah, it's a reason. And nobody's talking about the laboratory fucking food that they trying to produce. Nobody's talking about that. All people doing is complaining about the egg prices, or as far as they go, is might be 10 million chickens being killed and 100 million animals being slaughtered and farmers have to slaughter. But they're not talking about why. Why are they doing this stuff? Why?
Fake meat.
Why?
That fake meat.
Why?
The fake eggs that they got coming. The fake eggs from China. Y'all, I know y'all had to see the videos with the fake rice that was plastic from China. They just shipping us over here rice with plastic in it to fill up the weight. You know what I'm saying? They making fake eggs with fake eggshells and fake yolks and all that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy, bro.
Like, that's insane.
Right.
That's crazy, insane, bro. Man. So they want to get rid of our real food supply. That if you actually ate it from a clean source, it will keep you sustained. It will keep you healthy. You know what I'm saying? They want to give that up for some factory 3D printed meat. You know what I'm saying? With all types of chemicals in there and saying, oh, that's healthier for the planet. That's crazy to me. We can't accept this, y'all. We can't accept this.
Yeah, they want to.
We can't accept this.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can't accept this. Instead of using all that damn land for golf, we would turn that into some farms.
All right.
That's not sprayed with chemicals. That's those chemicals, those synthetic harsh pesticides and all that genetically modified, that stuff needs to be banned. 100%.
Yeah, all the other countries banned it. I don't know why America's still holding on to it. Why we haven't came together yet and voted these people out of there. And what I mean vote them, meaning vote with your dollar, not purchase any of that shit.
This is chemical biological warfare, y'all.
The power structure is at the bottom of the pyramid, not at the top. If the millions of people said, listen, we don't want these chemicals in our food no more, we won't buy none of this shit until y'all start producing products without these chemicals, they'll be doing that shit over the night. They'll be doing it overnight. Because the last thing corporations want to do is go out of business. So if people stood together and actually, blacked out these corporations based on the fact that they trying to kill us, it'll be way more effective. This 24-hour
biological warfare.
Right. This 24-hour blackout shit with this DEI shit, it's cool and all. You know what I mean? If people want to, support that, that's cool and all. And I'm all for, blacking out these corporations. But now we got to dig deeper and realize these corporations is killing us every day.
Right.
And that's the real reason they ass should be black. They should be in jail. The real blackout should they ass be in jail or hung some damn where. Or hung some damn where. Brighton squad. You know what I mean? Shit like that. These corporations is vicious.
They got y'all focused on that DEI shit when they out here. They've been poisoning us for years.
Right. Like, yo. It should be a freaking year blackout on these damn corporations until they get them goddamn chemicals out of here. Simple and plain.
That's warfare. These people are basically terrorists.
See, they use the media to fool us with this DEI shit. They using the media to have us focused on that until niggas start bringing up like, all right, that's all right. I'm all for, equality and all that shit. But what about these corporations with this poison? When people start speaking up on that shit, then that's really gonna get them petrified and scared. When people start recognizing, when droves of people start talking about these poisons and these corporations is doing, they're gonna force their ass to change up real fast. They'll be like, oh well, the people's catching on, y'all. The people's
Hold
catching
on.
on. We're gonna have to make a change.
RFK, all RFK can do is inspire the people to vote with their dollars, but RFK himself ain't changing nothing.
No.
This is a collective thing. RFK, people like RFK is there to inspire the rest of the people to basically start standing against this system. If he tried to do it himself, we just gonna watch another assassination and nobody's gonna do nothing about it.
Exactly. Facts.
We supposed to see, that's the thing. We can't sit back and depend on a government. You know what I mean? Any individual from a government or anywhere to do something for all of us. We have to do it. We have to do it. We gotta do it.
You gotta
collectively.
Do it right. You have to do it within your own household first.
Right.
And then it'll project outwardly. You do it in your own household first, and then millions of people start doing it and participate in blacking out these corporations because they serving us poison, then they'll be forced to change.
It's dangerous when we start depending on one person to do stuff. Like, that's a dangerous mindset because it gets you in that it's a psychological warfare thing because you riding on one person or two people to do something.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when they get taken out or something happened to them, you just lose all hope.
Now let me educate you.
You gotta realize these people are only here to inspire you to do for everybody, for the collective to get up and do something.
Right.
Because without the collective doing it, the same stuff is just gonna operate, and it's one or two people that everybody's depending on, they're gonna easily get taken out.
Now listen, the reason why these corporations was able to get forced out these other countries, it wasn't because of their parliaments, it wasn't because the government officials. The people came together and put pressure on those people to get that shit out of here. It was the collective of people marching out there, protesting out there, and not buying shit from them corporations no more. It forced their ass to change. The people did that shit over there. In Europe, it was the people that did it, not the government officials and none of them. The people woke up and realized they was getting sick and all that. They was like, we don't want this in our country anymore. And that's how they got the corporations to change up their ingredients that they was putting in their food. It was the people that did it. They didn't they didn't vote and wait for a politician to be in line to make changes. The people came together and decided to force them corporations out of there, out of those poisons, out of the ingredients, and that's how they got shit done. But this country,
people gonna keep depending on politicians. They can't help it.
Right.
You know what I mean, and they're gonna keep getting burnt.
Right.
Because people don't realize these are just symbols. These are just symbols to get people inspired to take action. Until you realize that you're going to always be in the same slump because these corporations ain't going to change their ways if the people don't change their ways. If the people keep buying the poisons, keep supporting the poisons, they're going to keep selling it. You know what I'm saying? They're going to keep selling it. RFK or whoever y'all niggas believe in, Kamala or whoever y'all niggas believe in, they can't change nothing on their own. And they never have. They don't change anything because they're not there to change anything.
I know what will change them. Not supporting it no more. A simple not supporting them no more would change everything. You wouldn't have to wait to vote for it every 4 years to get shit done. You just change it on your own. You change it within your own household. And you know, inspire other people to change. Like, listen, this is what happening. Because a lot of people, even though there's information out there, a lot of people's not searching for it. They're not even really concerned with it until they go look at themselves and they really want to make changes within themselves. Then they go search out the truth. But if you ain't searching the truth out, you're just gonna go along with the herd. That's it.
Well, a lot of times it takes people to come across some real crazy life circumstances, like they do get diagnosed with cancer or something like that.
Right.
That usually wakes people up.
Yeah.
Or when somebody close to them died from certain things, you feel like, man, I feel like that could have been prevented.
Right.
And then they wake up. That's why the Most High let all this tragic stuff continue, until
Learn
people
from
wake up from it. Some
yeah,
people gotta learn from suffering,
yeah,
unfortunately. I just don't. I'm trying to be more wise than that.
yeah.
And these motherfuckers, they poisoning not just they not just poisoning the people who ignoring it. They poisoning the people who paying attention too. Because
Exactly.
I don't want to be, because every day we go out there and inhale whatever they spraying out there with being poison. That shit that they be spraying out there, that mystery stuff that be coming out of those planes, we don't know what the hell we ingesting. We don't know what we inhaling. People don't need to pay taxes to a government that's that wicked. Until y'all actually do your job, remove these damn poisons out of our. We don't need to pay y'all anything. We paying y'all to be the watchdogs. You gotta understand, these agencies only exist because of the tax dollars. You know what I'm saying? On paper, they only exist because of the tax dollars. Because we know they exist because of the corporations too. But on paper, how things supposed to be on paper, these FDAs, EPAs, USDAs, all these niggas getting paid from tax dollars, and they still allowing the poisons into our food supply, our water supply, and our air. When they supposed to be the watchdogs behind that. So we paying them all this money in taxes, and they still allowing the poisons into our food intentionally. Why are we still paying these motherfuckers? Why? Why are we still giving them our money?
The taxpayers and again contracts through corporations. They allow, a lot of these politicians are invested in some of this shit as well. They have people in place, you know what I mean, that lobby for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
ladies, chemicals and tampons too. Yup.
Yeah.
Pure. Yep. That's why y'all, all them fibroids and all that shit that y'all be going through down there, talking about y'all pH is off. Your pH is off because you're constantly poisoning yourself with them damn tampons.
And then on top of the food, on top of the
food,
cosmetics and shit.
Yep, it's the food and them tampons. They putting it right there on their lady parts, and it's there all the time.
Yep.
Straight up harsh chemicals going on down there. And it's all part of that, like we said, the special interest groups, the depopulation, making people infertile. That's what it's all boiling down to.
Eugenics.
There it is. Eugenics. There it
bro.
is. It's all poison. And it's a shame that a lot of us, we don't want to know about it. We don't care. We don't want to know. All we want to do is keep doing, because the habits is just easy to do.
Right.
It's just easy. It's just easier. And it's just like, I guess the people who want to take themselves out, y'all can, you know what I mean? Go ahead and take yourselves out, because you see that it's poison. You feel that. You can feel the poison. You can see the poison. You can see the sickness all around you. And if you say, "Oh, we all got to die from something," well, get out of our way. The people who don't want to suffer from all these chemicals and stuff, get out of our way.
Get the out of my way.
Facts.
The highway.
Y'all want to suffer from these, getting poisoned by these corporations and giving your money, your energy, your whole life. Some of us, we give our whole lives to these corporations, work, money, everything, and they poisoning us at the end. Poisoning us the whole time. We in these factories.
Yeah.
Yep.
Taxing
us to death. Yep. On top of poisoning us. Using the money that from our tax dollars to create weapons that continue to poison us. They use our own tax dollars against us to poison us. And not just poison us physically, but poison us mentally. Poison us spiritually.
Yeah, right. Spiritually.
With our own dollars, bro. With our own, we giving them all this damn tax dollars, and they using it again, creating weapons. Weapons of control. Weapons of destruction. For us. With our own money, our own energy. They taking our own currency, which is energy, and using it against us. How much longer are we going to accept this?
I think until people get fed up, bro. I think a drastic thing has to happen in order for people to wake up. I think something drastic is going. I mean, I feel like the drastic shit already taking place because it's sick.
Yeah,
There's a
we're
lot of
in
sick
it.
people there's a lot of sick people walking around now, based off the corporations selling us nothing but chemical based products.
It's all poison. They tell that,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
baby. I see people saying baby formula. Yeah, the baby formula is definitely
Oh, right,
poison.
right.
They
Hell
tell
yeah.
you that baby formula is more healthier than a mother's milk, a
Right,
mother's
right.
breast milk.
That's crazy, right?
That goes to show you right there. You got people who wholeheartedly, I love God, I love Jesus, but they believe that. They believe something man-made with chemicals in it is healthier than what this process that God set up. But they'd be holier than holy though. When they, you know what I mean? When they believe God is the most powerful. You can't do nothing without Jesus. All that. But they go over to the man-made chemical stuff over the natural stuff. How the hell does that make sense? So you trust the scientists more than God. You trust the scientists more than God. So I don't want to hear no religious shit. Cause you trust that scientist in that lab coat. You saying that formula that science and that scientist in that lab coat make, you saying that that's healthier than what God provided. That's the same thing with the whole vegetable oil that's made from chemicals. Versus butter. Butter clogs up your arteries, but you can eat artificial. I can't believe it's not butter. That's basically made out of the same chemicals that plastic is made out of. How the hell is that healthier than regular butter? When people been eating regular butter for thousands of years, millions of years, and been living off of it for millions of years, but you trying to tell me some shit that somebody made in a lab coat is healthier?
I told
How?
you. I told you their media is how they trick us, man. They use that media to trick us out of position, bro. The food pyramid shit they didn't came up with, bro. The shit they didn't try to teach us our whole life, even from elementary school on up, was all bullshit. Bro. And that's the only reason why they able to pull a fast one on us, because they use this media to basically propaganda. That's what I'm saying. People got to do their own research. You got to do your own research. Can't depend on these motherfuckers to educate you. Not their school systems, not their churches, none of that shit to educate you properly. You're gonna have to do your own studies. You're gonna have to do your own research. Keep getting food out here, man. You cannot get food out here by the nonsense.
And I'm sorry for coming at the religious community, man, because I know a lot of people that watch our shows like really deep in religion and everything, but you can't sit up there, you know what I mean, and say you love Jesus and you love God and you go to church and you believe everything that God put here is good for us, but then run to the fake medicine man, the synthetic pharmaceutical companies over the natural stuff that God provided on the planet and think that that's better. When your scriptures say the herbs is for the healing of the nation. Natural stuff. They got y'all niggas believing that Crisco, and I can't believe it's not butter. That fake ass butter is healthier than real butter. How? How is plant-based meat healthier than regular meat that God provided for us?
Bro, when we looked up margarine,
how?
They had plastic. They use some type of plastic shit for margarine, bro. It's like some type of chemical-based plastic and some other shit they just add to.
And they tell you that's healthier for you.
Margarine. I can't believe it's not butter. Like, damn, bro. Like, you think that's more healthier than natural churned butter straight from the farm?
Exactly.
Shit.
They got people out here believing these lies because these industries are making money off these lies. And people don't realize these were marketing campaigns put out by the industries.
And they
You know what
dump.
I'm saying? So they can sell their product to you. And
They
tell
dump
you that, oh,
billions and
eggs
billions.
are bad for you, butter is bad for you, milk is bad for you. You know what I mean? A mother's milk ain't as healthy for the baby as baby formula is. Like, they actually got people out here believing that.
Bro, they dump billions and billions of dollars in a advertisement. And it don't just be commercials. It be these talk points. It be these talk pieces that they be doing on these major
These
platforms.
fake lectures. Yep, these fake lecturers be out here. Yep, these fake people who academic, these fake ass, you know, these fake people out here, these fake what do you call them? Scholars, these fake ass scholars that they come up out of nowhere. And they bring these people on the forefront. They be having all these fake degrees because you know they got fake agents that just go through and collect degrees from different colleges, and they really don't attend class or nothing. But they got the hookup to where they can have all these degrees, and they give them scripts, and they go around the country and do lectures. So I got a doctorate in this, a doctorate in that, a master's in that. But they be agents. They be fake. You know what I'm saying? And they just send them around the country to do these lectures, and they make millions of dollars doing it because they really working for the corporations. Y'all gotta understand how fake all this shit is that's out here. That's another thing. They've been gassing us up. They've been gassing us up for the longest out here, man. Like y'all gotta understand how far the fakeness goes. Like how far, like just the Truman Show. Like it's all actors. All these motherfuckers that you think is somebody prominent, and they give them all these Nobel Peace Prizes, and they do all this shit. Man, they all be actors, y'all. They be actors. They work for the system, and they pay them very well to play these roles. The physicists and the expert nutritionists and the expert this and that and all that, and they send them around and they put all these papers out about them and all they prestigious work, and it all be fake. They just be actors, and they work for the company.
Yeah, they don't let them I'm telling you, bro. Like I said, the propaganda.
Yeah, propaganda machines all over the place.
Bro.
Propaganda machines all over the place. Yeah, that's why they shadow ban channels like ours. Because we speak the truth like this, and they know a lot of people don't touch on this. All them fake actors with all them degrees out there so they can sway the people. Going around doing lectures at different, doing TED Talks and going to different colleges. I see them fake ass people walking around, and those of us who know the truth, we can spot the fakes. We can spot the fakes because they just sound like something from a corporation that's sponsored, that's running off a script. They give them all, like I said, they give these motherfuckers fake degrees. They be having fake doctorates, fake masters. And if you really do the history on these motherfuckers, they never went to these schools. Or if they did, they didn't have to go to class or nothing. And everything they say is scripted. That's how they get y'all niggas to believe all this shit. That's how they get y'all to believe that the chemicals are safer for you than natural stuff.
Now they play both sides. They like
they play both sides.
Mainstream media give you something like chemicals in food is like a lot of mainstream media report on that shit, but they know the people is not gonna do nothing about it. But they have to give you both sides. They basically have to tell you what they doing. It's like that's the universal law. They basically have to tell you what they doing in order for this shit to work, because it's like you know this. You can choose whether you want to consume it or not. If you tell a person this is poison, they ain't gonna touch it. But if you give them an ultimatum to tell them, listen, this is possible that this stuff, like all them fake ass commercials that be at nighttime. The midnight commercials that come on. The side effects of this medicine is headaches, diarrhea. You all remember them commercials and shit that be coming on late night? They be selling you all these they're selling you all these goddamn products. They be telling you the side effects of it. It's like they have to tell you, you know what I mean, for you to make a choice, whether you want to consume it or not.
Yeah, they need your consent.
Basically, that's what it's all about, boiled down to getting your consent, right? Because if they tell you they poison you and you still buying it, then you pretty much gave them your consent to keep on poisoning you.
Well, I guess those the people of the they want to be taken out by their poisons.
Because if you told them, motherfuckers, no, I don't want this product, it got poison in it, then that'll force them to change.
Or go out of business.
They'll go out of business. But the thing is, it has to be droves of people that make that change. I mean, the change always start with yourself, of course. And then you might want to, educate the people around you. Whether if they want to accept it or not, that's on them. But at least you was there to give them the information. You didn't just retain the information for yourself. You actually shared that information with other people. Now, whether they accept it or not, that'd be on them.
Let me ask a question. You think the people who know this information but still do the same things, I guess they deserve to be taken out?
Yeah, basically.
Because basically you giving them your consent by continuing.
Yeah.
So it's like thinning the herd. Basically, what they doing is like thinning the herd. It's almost like the Squid Games type of shit. Unfortunately, the minority who ain't effing with it is still sort of forced into it because even though some people keep buying the shit, it's poisoning the environment that even the people who don't want to partake in it still have to partake in it because they're poisoning the whole environment. So you remember in the Squid Games, it had to take more than half of them to end the game.
Yeah.
And the ones that didn't want to end the game basically held the other ones who wanted to end the game as prisoner. That explains the whole democratic system right there. So I don't know why niggas are so stuck on the democratic shit because I'm going to be honest with you. That ain't nothing but just holding minorities back. But they got the funny thing is the psychological war behind this. Most minorities in America are democratic, not realizing that it's a war in this country against minorities. And that's what Democrat is. The Democrat is where the minority is enslaved to the majority.
And that's why they use these propaganda machines to basically blind us to the fact.
Yeah, because the minority is automatically enslaved to the majority, y'all, in a democratic system. A republic is different. A republic is where each individual citizen has his rights no matter what the office says, no matter what the votes say. None of that can violate your natural rights.
Now keep in mind, y'all. Keep in mind, this is a democratic system, even with two side parties. It's still a democratic system. Don't matter if you're Republican or Democrat. It's still one system.
Yeah, but it was supposed to be a republic.
Yeah.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic, for which it stands. Y'all hear that? It's in the damn. It's inside of the damn Pledge of Allegiance.
They took the Pledge of Allegiance out of schools and shit, so it's no more Pledge of Allegiance.
But the thing is, people don't understand what a democratic thing is. The minority is always going to be enslaved to the majority. So if the majority keep choosing the poisons, the minority that don't want to keep getting poisoned is going to continue to get poisoned anyway. That's the concept behind the Squid Games for y'all niggas who watch that. So everybody keep trying to protect democracy when that shit is actually was causing the slavery. Because it seemed like the general public at whole is pretty dumb. And it's the minority that's being enslaved. Niggas who actually can think for themselves is being enslaved to the dumb decisions of the majority.
Mm-hmm.
See, people don't realize the psychological warfare that's going on. This is a psychological war. This is a psychological war.
The thing is, it's a small group of people that's warring against the majority.
Right, right. People do need to take a civics class, right? Because people don't understand. People be loud and wrong. people be loud and wrong because they don't even know the basics, because they go on by some type of propaganda that they seen on the news. Because you gotta understand that people who's in power, they got a lot of money for marketing. They got a lot of money for agents that they spread all over the country to do their little lectures and stuff. Give them a whole, like I said, give them a whole bunch of fake degrees. They be having like 3 doctorates, 4 master's degrees, and they be fake. Didn't show up for any of those classes. Didn't show up for, didn't do any of that work. They just give it to them. They give them a script, and they go around and they say the script around the country, and they put a lot of news media coverage on them. It's all fake, y'all. This whole system is fake, y'all. It's fake. Handpicked. Handpicked and fake as hell.
Just like any other politician, it's a handpicked.
Handpicked and fake.
They handpicked. Mm-hmm. I mean,
we've been duped, y'all.
I mean, you think about it. You would, if you were in some type of, some type of, organization or some type of, you would put your own people on. That's the thing,
right?
I mean, that's what you would do,
right?
So you would, push this person through school to be a lawyer because you need him to represent the family or some shit like that. You need them to represent the organization, or you would push this person through as a doctor,
right?
So he can, I mean, so it's really just a bunch of people putting their own people on. That's what's happening.
And they barely have to show up because they know all the people that own the colleges, because they're usually family members or people that they do business, that they family been doing business with for years. They said George W. Bush never showed up for class. They say he was a C student at best, and he became president based off of what is his last name.
He never showed up.
Like that proves that goes just, but it gets even worse than people like him. You got some people that they actually are in the business for these corporations in these colleges, because a lot of these colleges are paid for by the corporations. That's where they get their funding. And they actually create these fake salesmen that they give all these fake degrees to, and they send them around the country to do lectures, and they put a whole bunch of media in their face and give them a whole bunch of media coverage so they could spread fake propaganda for the corporations that secretly own the colleges too.
Dr. Fauci.
There it is.
Bill
Man,
Gates.
There it is. Nigga, we can keep going on and on.
A lot of these presidents, they didn't really have to. They was already.
We can keep going on and on.
Shit. A lot of these government officials are family then. A lot of these corporations are family then. DuPont,
if y'all knew how fake all of this was, oh my gosh, it's so fake.
All these corporations is family then, man.
And these are the people that's been giving us our health advice. These are the people that's been giving us our financial advice. These are and all of them are fake agents. And we take their stuff down like it's law, to the point where people is believing that baby formula is more healthier than a woman's breast milk for their baby. That's how screwed we are. It's a done deal out here, man.
Right.
It's a done deal out here. It's finished. I mean, I guess the people who know already know, and everybody else, they just you can't do nothing about it, man.
Nah, you just have to let
zombies.
Gotta let the dead bury the dead, bro.
Yup, let the dead bury the dead. Zombies at this point. Zombies.
Dead bury the dead.
I guess the government and the corporations been treating them like cattle for so long that they actually became cattle. Actually, cattle sometimes is more intelligent. The way cattle move out in the wild is more intelligent than how the masses be moving. So you can't even say the general public are like cattle anymore, because cattle don't even eat chemicals as much as the human. A wild animal, they a lot of them don't even mess with no McDonald's or nothing like that. They found that on the ground. They know better. They smell those chemicals coming off of it. But a human come along, it's getting ate up. Some animals got better sense than humans do right at this moment. By the fact that they at least trying to stick to nature more than we are. We're going so far out in nature that we saying chemicals is better than natural stuff. That's crazy. We're saying a plant-based 3D printed hamburger is healthier than an actual real hamburger. That's crazy.
I hope people is not. I hope majority don't be subjected to that and understand that that's not it. I hope people wake up and realize, nah, this ain't it. I hope people mindset is a regular hamburger is better than a laboratory hamburger. I hope so.
Most people out there, you see
all you can do is
all over
hope.
social media telling you how they plant-based meat is healthier than actual real meat that people been surviving off us for millions of years. The only thing that make the meat unhealthy is that they injecting the animals with chemicals that shouldn't be injected, and they feeding them chemicals. And you saying a plant-based, which is 100% chemicals, is healthier than an actual burger or an actual piece of meat? You want something that came out of a 3D printer, food that came out of a 3D printer over an actual animal or an actual plant. That's insane to me. And you think that's healthier and better for the planet?
All right.
I guess we deserve what we get after this. If we that dumb down, then we deserve what we get. No way we could be this damn dumb. We can't be this dumb, y'all. No way. The masses can be this dumb.
I mean,
no way.
I mean, if you see, the thing is the way we taking information has changed. So they bank on people being ignorant. You know what I mean? They bank on people being ignorant, bro. That's how they able to get this shit across. Because most people ain't paying attention. Most people ain't paying attention. Majority of people is not paying attention. Then you got a new generation. You got a new generation of ignorance. That's only
But
going
all
to
the
carry.
information is at our fingertips.
That's only going to carry that over to the next generation of ignorance, and so forth and so on. But I do believe in the 360-degree angle. I believe a lot of this shit will be turned around. Eventually, we'll probably get back to the natural state of things. Probably not in our lifetime. Probably not the next generation or the following generation. But eventually, it's 360-degree angle, bro. So eventually, it's going to get back to the way it was. We always had a great reset. It's always been a reset. We always got to this point. That's why the scripture says nothing new under the sun, because we always reach these points and then we start all over again. Then we get to the point again, we start all over again. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, because these chemicals is wiping bloodlines out.
Right.
You got people complaining that they the last person alive in their family and they not able to have kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I guess you're right. This is actually an event where a lot of people are dying and it's not being reported of how a lot of people ain't gonna have no talking about generational wealth. Some of these people ain't gonna have no generation at all going forward. Due to all the chemicals and all that stuff being infertile, the way they got the whole social structure set up is crazy. I don't even want to get into that. How it's a war between the male and the female.
Right. Basically, don't eat anything that doesn't have a mother. Exactly. If it's not producing seeds, don't eat it. Cut open that watermelon, there ain't no seeds in there. Get rid of it.
And that watermelon without no seeds don't even taste right. When you start eating the watermelon with the seed, the flesh of the watermelon, of the seeded watermelon, is way more natural than the flesh from an unseeded watermelon. Those unseeded watermelon, that flesh is so soggy, like it's not even like real. It's like mushy and nasty. But when you eat a watermelon that got the black seeds in it, the flesh is more meaty, more juicier. It's not like soggy. Cause that shit that ain't got no seeds in it, that's not real watermelon. That is not a real watermelon. That's some genetically modified creation that they came up with. That's why it's not able to bear any seeds. or them little white little white seeds in them, which ain't really seeds because you can't even plant those damn things and make more watermelon. So it's like dead seeds. Like y'all don't understand all the stuff that's been done to everything, our food supply and our water and our air. You don't understand, like this is an all-out chemical biological warfare, y'all. It's nothing less than it's nothing less than that. Like these are terrorists. Like these are terrorists, and they're committing mass genocide. And it's just like they're getting away with it because we're born into it and we think it's normal. We think it's normal to bombard our bodies with thousands and thousands of chemicals and eat fake food and you know what I mean, allow ourselves and our children to be manipulated by all this propaganda. Like we've been born in it, so we think it's normalized, but it's really a covert war against us. This is an actual real war against us, y'all. They're literally intentionally poisoning the food with stuff that they know that's giving us terminal illness, that's giving us degenerate diseases, that's actually altering our DNA and making it to where we're infertile and we keep producing more and more types of sicknesses that they didn't even. We got sicknesses now that's going on nowadays that they didn't even hear of just 50 years ago. It's like they just adding more and more illnesses because there's more and more chemicals. More and more chemicals and more propaganda, more and more agents of propaganda everywhere. They all over the place, giving lectures all over the place. On under people's social media accounts, under their comments, spreading they, you know what I mean? They get a lot of them get paid to do it. Then they have the little set terms that they have, they little slave member. If you hear them say this and that, they're labeled as this. If they say this, they're conspiracy theorists. If they say this, they're an anti-vaxxer. If they say this, they're that. If they all that stuff, all these programmed words that they come. That's all programmed words to program the slave mind to keep falling for these all these black projects that they got going on out here.
Yeah, that's programming, bro.
Yeah, it's all programming. These agents don't even go. No agent don't even come near me because I can smell you. It ain't shit that you can say or do that can hide the fact that you're an agent for the corporations and the government, whether you know it or not. Sometimes some of these agents don't even know that they're agents.
Yeah, that's how if you watch The Matrix.
But there's a lot of them that do know that they're agents.
That's how was explaining it to Neo in The Matrix. He was saying Morpheus was saying a lot of these people are agents for the system, not unknowingly.
Nah, but there's a lot that know. It's some in here that probably know.
Oh, the conscious agent that knows the information, but
every once in a while
keep it. Yeah, but refuse to tell the truth about it.
Well, they work for the companies.
Right.
They work for the company. They know what their job is.
Right. Or
they know what their job is. They know their job is to be an agent and to spread disinformation on purpose.
Yeah, like if you work for Monsanto, then you're an agent because you know what Monsanto does. If you work for certain corporations that is a scientist, you know what they're doing. That makes you an agent by default because this is the company you work for that's producing this product. That makes you an agent by default. If you work for Monsanto, I don't care if you're a janitor at Monsanto, you're an agent. You know what I'm saying, bro? Even if you're a janitor, a secretary that work at Monsanto.
What you want me for, man? I'm just mopping the floor, man.
Right.
I just mop the floor, homie. I ain't involved with none of that stuff. I don't even understand any of that stuff. I just mop the floors, homie.
Shit.
I just clean the bathrooms.
I mean, then you think about it, America itself is a goddamn agent.
Yeah, right.
And the people and the citizens that live within the damn System is
Facts.
agents of the system. Agents of the
Facts.
system because we the ones that uphold this system, y'all. So that makes us agents by default. Just to keep it all the way real with y'all. As long as we keep supporting this shit, then that makes us agents by default. Sorry, but that's the truth. Sorry. As much as we want to deny it, as long as we keep supporting this shit, that makes us agents by default.
All right. Yeah, but there's direct agents that like to go and intentionally.
Oh, you talking about like propaganda agents that like
Yeah,
to,
yeah, and people who
my
like
bad.
to be disruptors and hecklers.
Misinfo agents,
Those
misinformation
too.
agents, right?
It's
Misinfo
many
agents.
different agents. Yeah.
Right.
It's many different agents. Some just come under your comment section or on your live chat and they just say little things and do little things and be agents.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when they get caught, they play it off.
But then you have
it's many different types of agents out
Yeah.
here. You know?
You have,
And you know, you just gotta laugh at them when you conscious. Don't even come near somebody who already understand the BS. If you're an agent, just stay away.
it's a waste of time because that person
It's a waste of
already
time.
person's already in the know. Now, if you bring some new information that I could check out, that I never heard before, that I could check out, then maybe I might take it in consideration that you might not be an agent because you got some information that I probably never heard of that I can check out. But if you coming with the same program talk that you've been taught to say by the programming, then that makes you, you know, that's just what you are, an agent that been programmed by the system and with what you basically told what to say. If you ain't saying nothing other than this, then you know what I'm saying? If you ain't saying nothing other than what the program is telling you to say, that makes you a conspiracy theorist. They make, they got all these keywords for people that don't want to go along with the system.
Yup. That's psychological warfare.
Hey, they put them keywords in place, boy. They do.
That's weak psychological warfare for the strong mind.
Right.
Weak psychological warfare.
Like, damn, I don't want to go along with the programming that the majority is going along with, so that makes me a conspiracy theorist or some type of, because I don't want to go along with the program and they making everybody else say this phrase right here or do this one thing, and I go against it. That makes me, the eyeball. Well, you know what? I'll be the eyeball all damn day then. I'll be the weirdo. I'll be the conspiracy theorist. I'll be because I'm, hey, I'm not going along with everybody else going along with. I'll be all those keywords that they got in place for that.
Yeah, like they tell you, soybean oil butter is better for your heart than actual real butter. I can't get over this stuff, man. People been eating real butter for years with no health problems from it. But now, since these plant-based companies are taking over, and they're factory plants. Number one, they're factory plants. They're not, when they say plant-based, they're not talking about plants like in nature. They talking about factory plants. Exactly. Because that's where it's coming out of. All those products that y'all that niggas be eating, all that fake stuff, that's coming out of a plant.
That's true.
A factory with chemicals.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. They saying that's better for the environment. I can't believe people is falling for that. How is a chemical factory better for the environment than an actual farm where everything is biological? We living on a biological planet or organic organism we're living on. Why would something synthetic be better for the environment and for the human body, which is an organism?
Everything synthetic is causing this planet sickness. It's causing this planet sickness. But the good thing about this planet is it can survive without us on it.
and it can heal itself.
Yeah, it can heal itself and it can survive. We don't trust me, the planet don't need us. We need the planet. It can survive.
What do it heal itself with though, JR? What do it heal itself with?
What you mean? Like the planet, what do it heal itself with?
Yeah, we got it on our shop.
Oh yeah, you talking about the zeolite.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the volcano ash
exactly
actually what purifies the planet. Yeah. That's why we have volcanoes, y'all. The volcanoes is there to actually, purify the surface, beyond the surface of the
Fact.
planet. That's what the zeolite does. That's why zeolite is more effective detox than anything, because the planet detoxes itself with volcano ash.
Exactly.
Simple stuff like that. You know what I mean? Simple stuff
It detoxifies itself with rain, snow,
right.
volcanoes, hurricanes, tornadoes. That's how it purifies itself.
Exactly. So we would actually take things from the earth to to basically purify ourselves with
Our
natural
inner
things from the earth.
environment.
Yeah. That's the only way we can that's the only way to live. That's the only way to live, bro.
Because our bodies are made up from the earth. So whatever purifies the earth purifies our bodies also. The plants and everything on the planet, that purifies the earth. Trees and all that gets rid of chemicals and everything.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain plants that suck up all the chemicals and stuff and actually gets rid of it. So the planet basically heals itself. Our bodies does the same thing. We just have to give it the nature from the planet undisturbed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's what heals our bodies, our inner environments. The same thing that heals the outer environments heals the inner environments. Because our bodies are literally made up of the earth. Our bodies are 70% water and the earth is 70% water.
The water, right. Exactly.
And it's basically seawater, because the water in our body need to have sodium in it.
Yeah,
just like the water in the ocean.
Yeah.
It has sodium in it. We're literally made up of the earth, y'all. So why are we putting synthetic things? Why are we believing that synthetic things is better for our inner environment than the natural things that come from the earth undisturbed?
Because
how do we get that? How do we go that far into stupidity? How do we get this far?
Because the propaganda machine told us. The propaganda machine told us that synthetic stuff is better than natural. So they can hustle, so they can sell the product.
Even the father of medicine said, use your food as thy medicine.
Yeah.
Hippocrates,
or yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Use your food as your medicine, and then in scriptures it even tell you that the herbs is for the healing of the nation. It talks about different foods that's healing to the body.
Every religion.
So how in the hell the synthetic stuff is taking precedent?
And every religion teaches that. You can look into any religion and it's going to teach you about
certain foods, health benefits.
Right.
Yeah, because like in the Muslim religion, they talk about the black seed oil and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
We gotta be slow to believe that fake plant-based stuff is healthier than actual meat. That you gotta be like, come on, like you see how they create that stuff, y'all? It's a whole bunch of chemicals mixed together. It's not no real plants in it.
Damn sure ain't.
It ain't no real plants in it.
Sure ain't. It's the ashwagandha. Sea moss.
So yeah, I mean it's 33. It's what is it?
30% off on the sea moss.
30% off. Yeah, 30% off on the sea moss, y'all.
We got different sea mosses on here. With the Irish sea moss, herbs. What else we got?
We got the CBD on deck. All of our CBD is also grown without synthetic chemicals and all that. So, yeah, I mean, make sure y'all check out some of our CBD. We ain't got that headache stuff that you be getting at the gas stations and all that. That's because they spraying the shit with chemicals.
Yeah,
all of our CBD is grown without chemicals, and our herbal cigarettes and everything. The herbs that go into it are organic. You know what I'm saying? So all of our soaps and body oils, and we got that pure rose water. Make sure y'all check that out. Of course, we got the natural soaps, body butters. Look at this cold pressed soap. Dead sea salt and eucalyptus. Y'all see that? Real ingredients, y'all. Real ingredients. If you was to buy this from one of those corporations, it'd have 10,000 ingredients on the damn box.
They damn sure do.
10,000 ingredients. And most of the shit saying it's not even supposed to come in contact with your skin. But they got it in soap. Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of y'all been buying up the sea moss and all that, man. So we definitely appreciate all the orders that have been coming in. You know what I'm saying? We've been definitely shipping y'all out for sure.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of orders.
Y'all out.
Appreciate y'all, man. For love and support. Glad y'all recognized. Yeah, I mean, these products is beneficial. We appreciate all the love and support y'all been showing us. Definitely. That goes unnoticed. I mean, that goes we notice everything. So,
I mean, that's what this is about. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. Supporting your local businesses and all that. Everybody we work with got the same mindset that we got, man. We got to separate from these corporations that's killing us. This government that's allowing them to kill us. All them damn poisons and everything. We need to start supporting local community businesses, man. Local farms. You know what I mean? Local soap makers. You know what I mean? Local tailors, people who make clothes. Let's just you know what I mean? We got the internet, we got the information, we got Google search. You can find people that's close to you that make certain things. Give them a holler, man. That's what we bought. You know what I mean? We bought a bunch of these merchants together who got the same mindset, you know?
Yeah, definitely get the Z-Tox. I mean, definitely get the Zeolite, you know what I mean? The detox. You need a good detox. Definitely get that detox. Everything we got is lab tested, so we don't deal with nothing synthetic. You know, a lot of shit be having heavy metals out here in it. And
yeah, for real.
You gotta get your products tested to make sure they ain't got no impurities.
A lot of fillers. A lot of people be having a lot of fillers in their stuff.
Right.
And the fillers, those are the chemicals that they just add into all these fillers. Them special interest groups, they love those fillers because that's what make people infertile. That's what give people the autoimmune diseases and all that. They love that.
Right.
Them special interest groups that want to depopulate the world, they love those fillers. I'm just being real. They love those fillers because it gets the job done. The job that they want to get done, it gets it done.
And then
it keeps people sick.
Yeah, and then it you know, they able to, you know, mass produce it more with just putting a little bit of the medicine in there and then filling it up with fillers.
Facts.
It's like buying raw cocaine and mixing it with baking soda just to stretch it. These corporations specialize.
Well, baking soda is a lot healthier, I tell you that, than the stuff that they be using.
They specialize in stretching these products out, boy. I tell you that. Them corporations specialize in stretching them products out, mass producing it.
Yeah, but they already showed us that they can make those products without the poison. So I feel like this is a war against us.
Yeah, it's a war.
Because they make the same product for another country without the poisonous ingredients in it.
That's true. That's a fact.
So that goes to show you this is a covert war, bro. That's why I said it's warfare. It's more than just money.
And
of course, they make money off of war. They make money off of selling this stuff. But there's special interest groups that really believe that they should be in control of who lives and who dies.
So
they really believe that they are put here to depopulate the world when nature take care of that itself.
So you have the most violent country in the world. Citizens are still able to be armed with guns, and you poisoning them and making them crazy at the same time. Yeah,
and using the guns on each other.
Yeah,
because they
pretty
love
much.
us having guns. They love the fact
Yeah.
that we have guns because they put all the chemicals in our food and all our products and in our air and water to the point where we so crazy we use the guns on each other.
Yeah.
See, that's part of the
Yeah,
whole. That's part of the
yeah,
whole plan.
yeah. You pretty much
Chess,
see
not
it coming.
checkers.
Right. hmm hmm
They know that these chemicals are making us crazy. That's why the mental institutions are filled up. A lot of it is based on the stuff we're being exposed to in our environment. That stuff is literally affecting our brain. When they say that depression and all this other stuff is caused by a chemical imbalance, have we ever thought why the chemical imbalances are happening? The chemical
Nah.
imbalances are happening because we're consuming it, we're drinking it, we're breathing it, because these corporations and these governments is putting it in our food and in our water and in our air and in our clothing and in our hygienic products. They putting it in everything, even down to the damn receipts at the cash register that we touch all the
Yeah,
time when
remember
we
came,
pay
yeah,
for
remember it
things.
came out
Even
about
the
that?
receipts,
Yeah,
that ink on the receipts is even poisoning us, and that stuff leaks straight through your skin and goes into your bloodstream.
yeah. Remember they
It's a chemical
put
that's
out
in
I
the
think
receipts that
about
we
that.
get that's
Right.
actually poisoning us, y'all.
Yeah, they put
Yeah, you can't tell me that this
talking
ain't a
about that.
covert chemical biological warfare. You can't tell me this ain't that. This ain't just about money. There's special interest groups that's really trying to take us out.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah, it is crazy. Man, we definitely appreciate y'all. Man, we reaching the 3-hour mark. We've been on here putting in work. Like, a lot of information in this live stream. We gave y'all a lot of receipts because a lot of this stuff they just open about. Yeah, I mean, for those of y'all just getting in here, or y'all that been in here that didn't hit that like button, make sure y'all smash that like button. Yeah, I mean, the shop is still, 15% off for this, but it's also 30% off on the CMOS products. You know what I'm saying? nightandayherbals.com. Definitely appreciate y'all who've been shopping with us and tuning into our live stream.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all know we put a lot of information out there.
Stay
We
tuned.
into conspiracy facts, not conspiracy theories.
Not conspiracy theories, bro. Right.
Reason why I ain't a theory, because they open about it. We actually showing y'all videos where they just mixing the chemicals right into the food and showing you how they produce it. Like, if people will look at they want people that want to be smart or look smart. Oh, that's just the natural process of how they process the food. Trying to normalize that shit. I hate when people do that. I feel like those are more agents, whether they know it or not. Like to try to play with our intelligence. Oh, like they knew that's how they made hot dogs for years. You ain't know they made hot dogs like that. Niggas be acting like, you know what I mean? When you see how all them damn powders and liquids that they mixing together to make a hot dog or bologna, you be having people in the comments acting like they knew that's how it's supposed to be and that's how it always been. You know what I'm saying? Trying to normalize that shit.
No, sir.
See, that people they send agents out there like that, or sometimes those agents are just self-generated from all the propaganda. They able to create self-generated agents to where they don't even realize they working for. They don't even realize everything that's in their life is basically formed by the corporation. They don't even realize that. They ain't even conscious to that level, to the fact that they just become mindless agents of the corporation without getting paid or anything. And it be their ego just so they can seem like they smart and they knew how they made hot dogs. That mindset has got to go. I don't even want anybody around me that's like that. It don't even exist in my world. Look away from me. Man, you over there letting that propaganda gas you up like that, man? Look away from me.
Can't be a fool. Don't be a fool. Yeah,
we know what it. We know what it is, though. We know what it's boiled down to. We already know. Should we hit him with it one time before we go? You already know. The masses.
Go ahead with the masses. Hit him with the masses.
The masses are going to go through every ailment there is. You can't be worrying about that, because if we can keep worrying about the trouble that the masses are in, we never cultivate anything among ourselves to get to the high level in which the masses going to be a part of. Because ultimately, all this shit got to be destroyed. This shit is over.
I am inevitable.
Shit, on that note, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here, man.
Yeah.
Catch you on the next live stream. All right.
If you crave nature but still shop online, Night and Day Herbals is your dream come true. Discover premium herbal soaps, shampoos, and CBD products. All organic, all for you. Shop now at nightandayherbals.com.